Hey y'all, sprinkle, sprinkle, welcome. All right, so what are we talking about today? All right, we are talking about how to make them see you as a wife. Okay, now some of y'all ain't gonna like what I got to say because y'all don't want to do what it takes to be seen as a wife because y'all are dumb. But we're gonna help y'all and we're gonna teach you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I know that was rude. I'm sorry. We're just gonna help you get more educated on how to be seen as a wife. All right. First of all, you cannot be jealous. That's number one. You got to have self esteem. So check that off your list. And if you ain't got some, go get some. That's number one. You got to have self esteem. Okay. Because not only are you going to be someone's wife, but you're going to be the future mother of their children. Just think about that. Let me go get my water while y'all sit and simmer. Okay. Think about that. You got to be the future mother. So if you're not acting like no future mother of somebody's kids, you're not going to be seen as wife. All right. It's all about how you carry yourself, how you speak, the bad habits you don't have. All right. It's easier to make somebody a wife when they don't have all these disgusting bad habits that a mother shouldn't have, or a wife, or someone that's going to meet their family or represent them out in the real world. All right. So if I don't care how you feel, this is just the truth. This is just the truth. You got to fix yourself first, especially if the man you're marrying, especially if he's a provider, especially if he has a good reputation, especially if that's what you want. You don't want no loser, so you can't be a loser. You don't want somebody that's not father material, so you have to be mother material. Okay? So get rid of all the disgusting bad habits that you have. If you smoke weed every day, if you're always cursing and drinking, get rid of that. Don't do that because that's not nobody's wife, future wife. Okay, that's somebody's future problem. Get rid of all your disgusting habits. That's number one. And have some self-confidence about yourself and don't be the jealous type. Have some business about yourself. That means have a hobby, have something you like to do. So you don't always nagging him to be your emotional support animal. Okay. If you want to be seen as a wife, stop doing stuff that don't nobody want as a quality in a wife. Nobody I know. It's like, oh yeah, I want someone that cusses, swears, smokes weed, and drinks. That's not nobody's wife. That might be somebody's side chick. That might be somebody's jump off, one night stand, or somebody that somebody gets led along, or somebody's situationship. That's not nobody's wife. Okay, wives represent. Okay, wife got to look good on your arm in every situation. So, wife can't embarrass you either. So, if you look like an embarrassment, if you look like who did it and why, if you're coming out the house looking crazy, if you have terrible habits, wife and mother are not in your future with certain types of men. All right. So, you got to fix yourself before anybody can consider you marriage material. So look in the mirror and say, do I look like somebody's wife or somebody's side chick? Or do I look like somebody's situationship? Or do I look like somebody's one night stand? Then ask yourself, do you act like somebody's wife or somebody's situationship or somebody's one night stand? Do you represent the type of man you want to even marry? Are they going to be embarrassed of you? So if the answer is, well, I got to work on myself to become any type of wife material, yes, you do. There are certain types of women where men see them and they say, oh, that's wifey. That's wifey right there. I can take her home. I can take her home and meet the family. She's respectable. She doesn't have any bad habits. She's going to make a good mother. I think my family will like her. That is what men are attracted to when they are looking for a wife. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. What it means is you have to represent, and you can't be terrible. You can't be somebody's project. You can't be somebody's, you can't be in struggle mode and struggling with addiction and looking crazy and, cursing all the time. You can't be that. That's not a wife. Okay? So you got to be someone they can take to the company dinner or the company party, Christmas party. You got to be someone that their mom is not going to cringe when you walk through the door. You got to be somebody their sister can probably get along with, or at least look like they can get along with, or at least look like y'all got something in common. You got to look like the type of woman that's going to make a good mother and have decent morals for bringing up children. Okay? That's what you got to look like. That's what you got to represent. That's what you got to give. You can't give out ratchet vibes. You can't give out, I don't care, and jealous, low self-esteem, and I need a man to make me happy vibes. No, you need to be a strong pillar of a woman to be in a marriage. Not a Barbara the Builder, but you got to stand on your own emotionally and not need them for every single thing emotionally. Thank you, Miss Lena. What if you have a bad past? Can you still be wifey but remaking yourself? Not everybody knows your past unless you tell them about it. And if you make a lot of changes and improve yourself and everyone sees it, then yes, you could be seen as a wife material. A lot of women have done that. A lot of women have changed their ways. A lot of them you could see on TV and became someone's wife. All you got to do is change your ways, because nobody wants to marry you in a state, of destruction. Thank you, Miss the Glow Up, not to Jay. Sprinkle. Appreciate you. Not everyone knows your past. Not everyone cares about your past. What are you doing now? What are you doing in your future? What are you representing now? Okay. You said the rapper Eve married a billionaire. Exactly. Pay Nostagram. The rapper Eve. Exactly. Anybody can change. Anybody can class up. Anybody can get wifed up, but you got to change yourself. Okay. Because think about this. Even if we're not changing for men. We're not changing to be wifed. We're changing for ourselves, because we love and respect ourselves. And, if you want children, you got to be the type of mother that they're going to look up to and not, not want to be around or be like. There are bad mothers out there. I've seen them. There are good mothers. There's bad mothers. There's good fathers and bad fathers. I've seen them. And I'm not judging any of them. All I'm saying is that usually when people choose their spouse, they're choosing also if they're going to make a good parent or not. So you also got to keep that in mind. If you already have kids, they're also going to see how you treat your own kids. They're also going to look at that. Do you throw them in daycare, or do you throw them in the babysitter all the time so you can go clubbing? Do you leave them with strangers a lot? I mean, they're not going to want you to have their kids if they're just, not tending to yours. Especially if they're dating you for a while and you're putting them first. That's not maternal. So most of the time they're not going to wife you, because, that's not it. Thank you, Miss Lena. He found out about your past from other people, but still with me. I definitely changed the way I am and dress. Okay. Well, sometimes men do feel like if you've changed, they can probably see that you've changed. You got to make sure that they know that you've changed and start doing things on a whole nother level. Like on a whole nother level. That way it's obvious to anyone who is looking for a wife. Okay. So from the outside, you got to look like a wife to other men too. You got to look like the type of woman that they would marry as well. Not just one, but all. So think about that. If you walk out of your house and you're in a relationship with a man and you look like the perfect type of wife, they already know if you step out of the house and someone is serious, that they're going to take you serious because you are serious wife material. So they're going to snatch it up. They're going to snatch you up quick. Okay. If they don't snatch you up quick, they already know if you leave them, someone else is going to snatch you up and probably put a ring on it fast. So you need to be very representative of the wife type if you're trying to get married. Thank you, Claire. 45 can't meet no decent dude. You look after your self-help. Okay. We're not okay. Thank you, Miss Claire. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Well, we're not looking for them. They're looking for us. And if you're 45, you need to be dealing with older men that are looking for younger women. Okay, so there's older men out there looking for 45-year-olds because y'all are young to them. You need to go find the older guys with the money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because older guys they don't want to date someone so young or younger than their own children half the time. So you still have a place to meet rich men. You still have you still have the opportunity to become someone's wife. You just have to understand that the age is going to have to be a little bit older. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes. Y'all missed me? Yeah, I've been gone for like a whole week. I was on spring break with my kids and it was my birthday. Thank y'all everybody for putting out on the Cash App and playing happy birthday messages to me and sending me birthday gifts from my wish list. I made a little short video for y'all to thank all of y'all for my presents, my little gifts that y'all had sent me. And hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh dear, I made a little video. I can't find it right now. Either way, but I received all of your gifts. Thank you so much. I'll probably make a short video, like a short, and just thank the gifts that I got after last week. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, and you also have to be understanding. Let's talk about this. You got to be understanding. Like, you can't get mad at every single little stupid thing that's gonna happen in life, because if you're locked into a marriage and you keep going off on stupid, dumb stuff that don't even matter, they're not gonna want to be locked in a marriage with you. So if you can't control your emotions, if you can't control your temper, if you're not very logical as a person with common sense, ain't nobody gonna want to marry you. Period. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They might think you're exciting. They might date you so they can hurry up and leave. They might mess with you, every once in a while, but they're not going to want you to be in a relationship, let alone a marriage, let alone handling kids, if you can't control your emotions. Period. If you make stupid, dumb decisions and do stupid stuff, they're not going to see you as no wife. They're going to see you as, oh my gosh, this person is dumb, stupid, uncontrollable, obsessed. So they're not going to make you wife. Wife is calm, cool, and collected. Wife plays chess, not checkers, baby. Wife knows how to control her emotions. Wife only gets results. You got to clock that, okay? Yes, we can be mad. Yes, we can get angry sometimes, but it's not going to be every time. We're gonna pick and choose what's more important. We're going to save stuff to when it's necessary. We're going to play chess, not checker. We're not getting ready to act like no child. We're grown women. Okay, so in order to be seen as someone's wife, you got to have control of your emotions. You can't be jealous. You can't, need him all the time emotionally. You got to have yourself emotionally. You got to have self-respect. You got to have self-esteem. You got to have patience with it, whatever, because if they see you as a mother with no patience and can't control her emotions, what kind of mother are you going to be? Thank you, Milagro. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So you need to understand this. You need to appeal to someone's wife. You need to seem like someone's perfect mother. You literally need to seem like a fairy godmother princess. Literally, you need to be like literally ethereal. I mean, you can still look sexy and cute and stuff, but your personality, your mentality, your patience, it has to literally be ethereal, even if you're faking it. Okay. Even if it's just a facade in order to get the ring. That's what men are looking for. Someone that seems like, okay, this is going to be the wife that's going to give me the type of family I want, respect me the way I want, be logical and not be crazy about everything. You know, I'm going to have a happy life. They seem fun. They seem interesting. They seem like they have their own thing going. They're not going to need me all the time, nagging me. They know how to, control their emotions. So they're not going to be scared to go take that plunge with you. They're not going to be scared to get out on one knee and ask you to marry them because they don't feel like you're going to cause any chaos in their future and that you're going to make a good mother. And also, if they have the money, of course, to afford the type of lifestyle that you desire. And they know that you can go and get it elsewhere. That's why I say it's important to look like you got options, because that'll make them want to wife you up faster if they know if they miss out that someone else is going to wife you up quick because you are wife material. You said S says men like spending when you meet, but they move too fast physically, waist holding. How can I get them to keep spending while physically distant? Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Men are visual creatures. They're more animalistic than women. They're more sexually oriented than women are. So let me tell y'all, they're not like women. Women, they don't have to touch you. Women, they don't have to do nothing. They don't have to have their hands on you. They can say some nice words and give a compliment and smile and look at your eye. Okay. Men are touchy-feely. Men like to feel like they have a woman. Men are more animalistic when it comes to those types of urges. Okay. That's just how it is. So if you don't want them touching on you, what you need to tell them is that it's a turnoff, because the last thing they want to do is turn you off. Okay. That's the last thing they want to do. You need to tell them that certain other things are turn-ons to you that have nothing to do with touching. So you need to tell them men that are too handsy, especially in the first such and such weeks or months, is a total turn off to me. What's sexy to me is blah, 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 blah. It turns me on so much. So you need to set that clear in the beginning, because if their only mission is to get you in the bed, or if one of their missions is to get you in the bed, or they're going to understand that they're getting further and further away from it the more that they touch you, if that's a turn off to you. So you need to give them something that turns you on instead. So for example, you can say, what turns me on? Whispering something in my ear, or what else turns me on? Flowers and just this and that. That's something that's not physical, So you need to tell them that, and you need to say it in a sultry voice so that they believe it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, what if your soulmate is married? Man, we don't believe in soulmates. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's that stuff that people say that don't got no options. Okay? Look, we don't believe in that over here. That's just literally a term of endearment. What if your soulmate is already dead? What if your soulmate dies tomorrow? What if your soulmate's on the other side of the world? What if your soulmate don't even speak English? What makes you think your soulmate is right here in your same city? And I keep asking y'all, why do y'all do this to yourselves? Because I think people need to be wanted or needed so bad. I think there's a special person out there made just for them. Okay, well, if y'all believe in that, great. Keep searching for them. And when they end up not being your soulmate, and you're still looking for them, then you'll come back to this channel. All right. You live with your provider, but you're too emotional. Advise, have another one on the side, or have a emotional support animal, or get a hobby, or do stuff. Get out of being so emotionally attached. It's a sign of insecurity. And it's also a sign that you don't have enough to do on your own. You need to have some business about yourself. Go find a hobby, go join something, go to the gym, go shopping with your bestie, go do something. Stop being emotionally dependent on somebody so much, because let me tell y'all something, it's literally draining and people get sick of it real fast. Okay, so go do something else. The point is to make him chase you and still want you, and also to miss you. How's he gonna miss you if you always all up under him? Emotionally draining him. Girl, go find some business. Okay, anything, it doesn't even matter. Even if you gotta go scrapbook or something, go do something. Okay, get up from under the men. That's why they get so tired and go look for something else, because it's too much. You said your family, your soulmates. Well, the thing is, if whatever y'all believe in, if it keeps you going, keep it going. Okay, if it's not beneficial, then don't believe in it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's all I tell people. If it ain't helping you out, find another perspective. Okay. He says your soulmate is money, Lizzie. Y'all are silly. How to deal with petty men that are vengeful. Deal with another man who's going to be beneficial, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Like, just ignore them. 100% ignore them. Act like they don't exist. If you act like they don't exist, they don't. Just deal with somebody else that exists a little bit more on your level. Okay? Ignore them. Just totally ignore it. It's like, okay, well, they're obsessed. Think about it this way. If you were them, you'd be obsessed over you too, right? That's how you know you left your mark. That's how you know you're wonderful. That's how you know you're the prize. If a man is still taking time out of his day to think about you and do all this extra stuff, you're the one. So let it boost your self-esteem, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Thoughts on separated men, married men, still married. Someone asked me this question yesterday or the day before. Is he ever going to leave his wife? They said they're separated, but he just, whatever. Look, maybe the wife kicked them out and they're trying to get back in. But in the meantime, they're just going to date until the wife lets them back in. Sometimes that's the problem. Sometimes, because men usually don't separate for wives. Wives separate from men. And men are always trying to get back in because it's cheaper to keep her. But in the meantime, they have some freedom to go date. So that's where the women come in. So when a man tells you he's separated, most likely he's trying to get back in the house with the wife. Style by Max, sprinkle, sprinkle. He told me he was taking back the gift he got me because I was out. Girl, if you never got the gift in your hand, then he ain't never gave you nothing. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, if you got the gift, you don't have to give it back, ma'am. Just tell him you lost it, or you gave it away, or you sold it. Period. Okay. If he ain't even gave you the gift, you ain't got the gift in the first place. Some men be trying to control you with stuff you haven't even gotten yet. It's like, okay, we'll take it back, give it to somebody else that plays your games. If you're desperate for a gift that you haven't even gotten yet, and you let some man control you with a gift you haven't even received yet, that's dumb. Thank you, ZZ. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's like, okay, don't worry about it then. As soon as they can't control you, they want you even more. Why? Because they can't control you. Then the next time you hear from him, he's gonna say, well, I got your gift. I still got your gift. I still got your gift. They're gonna use it to try to lure you back in. It's like, oh, really? What would you give me? I forgot. Act like it ain't no big deal, baby. You can get gifts anywhere. Is he the only one that can give you a gift? Is he trying to control you with a gift that you haven't even gotten yet? Come on. You can get gifts from anybody if you can get a gift from him that you haven't even gotten. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. That's like somebody calling me and saying, if you don't stop doing A, B, C, and D, I'm not going to give you the car I just bought you. Okay. I mean, like, I haven't driven it. My name ain't on the title, so it ain't mine anyway. Do what you got to do. And who knows if they're lying or not. You said, am I sometimes sad? Yes. Every time I hear a Michael Jackson song, I get like, oh, little weakness, somebody's broken heart. And I'll be like, man, I miss Mike. I be getting sad sometimes. Prince too. I'll be like, do, 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 do. If you will, look, picture. I be getting sad when I hear Prince and Mike sometimes. Like, dang, all the good music is gone. All the good musicians gone. All we got now is mumble rappers and ratchet rappers. And people trying to sound like Mike and Prince. Okay, that's all we got. We got dupes and ratchets. So I do get a little bit sad sometimes. But then I just go listen to the music and remember the good times. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You say you get mad, you get sad when you hear Whitney too, Monique? Oh, yes. Luckily, I got all their albums on vinyl and I can listen to them at any time. My record player. Oh, the peaches in the house, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Where is this jacket from, please? I bought this at a little boutique by my house called Love Always Boutique. They have a little section in Saks as well. If y'all are in Houston, they have a little rack at Saks as well. But if you're like, have little Love Always boutiques everywhere. And they sell like cute clothes and stuff there. And I got this jacket last week before I went on vacation. I didn't take it on vacation because I didn't think I would need it on vacation. But now I'm rocking it. I'm back. I bought a lot of clothes from there. I need to wear some of them. Like, sometimes I'll be forgetting I buy stuff and I don't wear it. I got stuff to wear. I got to make sure I incorporate a lot of the clothes in my outfits. Sometimes I'll just wear the same stuff. I forgot that I have to do stuff. Thank you. Tell them SheRaSeven sent you if you find a boutique. There's one in Katy. Yeah. You in Texas. I know there might be one in the Woodlands too. Okay. There might be different locations. All right. So, wife, how to make them see you as a wife. Okay. If you're in a type of relationship where you're not afraid to tell them about themselves, they may see you as a voice of reason sometimes. Also, like when you're out in public and people already assume that you're married or call you husband and wife or whatever, he starts to see you more as wife material if everyone else does. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, if you're out for dinner and you're dressed very appropriate and nice and he's dressed very nice, most people will say, oh, okay, well, your wife. But if y'all are dressed ratchet, you got on some bodycon with half your cleavage hanging out, and makeup looking like who did it and why. I'm not trying to be mean, but some people just don't look like somebody's wife. They just look like somebody's, side chick or woman for the day. they're not going to associate with certain women with wives. You know what I mean? Because they don't look like a wife, they don't dress like a wife. So they're just automatically, mentally just going to assume that's your girlfriend, because who would marry her? That's literally it. Like when people walk into a restaurant, the hostess usually does this. The hostess will say, "Oh, table for two. Okay, you and your wife look lovely this evening. Are y'all celebrating anything?" If y'all look like man and wife. But if you look like ratchet and, dusty, or if you look like, side chick and whoever, that's what they're not going to say it. They're not going to say wife. But if you look like wife and husband, they're going to say it because they're going to assume it because it's going to make sense coming out of their mouth. And then it'll start to make more sense with them as the man. So you really got to make sure that when you go out, you're dressed looking like somebody's wife, not somebody's chick they got to hide, not someone, ratchet, situationship that they got to take out to eat once a month just to keep it going. You can't look like that. You got to look like everyone is going to assume that you're his wife. Because a lot of people, they're not going to assume someone is your wife if they don't look like a wife. Okay? So dress for the life you want. There you go. Usually when people are coordinated in their choice of outfits, not like corny coordinated, like with color matching, but like when everyone's dressed on the same level of respect. When a man has on, like pants and a shirt that buttons and versus t-shirt and shorts. When you go out to eat and a woman is dressed in a nice gown, not a gown, but like a nice dress and like some flats or some heels or whatever, and she's like not hanging out everywhere, they're probably going to assume married couple versus side chick or situationship or baby mama. Okay. Thank you, Mango. You're 23, pretty and accomplished, dealing with 50-year-old. He asks you 200. Oh, he gives you $200, $2,000. Okay. He haven't touched him. Okay. You haven't touched him and would like about 3 to 4 and him to connect me with clients for my business. How do I get this? Okay. First of all, you asking for too much, in my opinion. Not money, but for him to also connect you with clients. Which one is it going to be? You want him or you want his clients? He will naturally connect you with clients eventually if you're patient. You know what I'm saying? He's giving you $2,000 per me. I don't know how many times you've beaten him, but you need to come up with a scenario that tells him that you need more somehow, some way, and see if he'll do it on his own. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, if he's 50 plus and you're 23 and you say, okay, I need more than $2,000 every time we meet, and I also want your clients. Doesn't seem like you want him at all. So you got to fool him into making him think that you actually are interested in him more than his clients and more than his money. But the money goes with it. So you have to be like, okay, you know what? I really want to spend some more time with you, but it's hard for me because I have to do A, B, C, and D, and $2,000 ain't covering it. But I really want to do something nice and, do this and that with you because it'd be so romantic and da 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 da. So you have to make it seem like it's about him. And by giving you the money, the extra money, then you can spend more time and energy with him. You see? So that's why. That's what you need to do. And then he'll naturally want to make you happy by introducing you to future clients. Thank you, Princess Sprinkle. You look like a wife, but he was married twice. Doesn't seem like he wants to do it again. Okay. Well, usually if somebody's married twice, they're going to marry another time because that's what they're used to. And that's what they eventually get to because that's what they've already done. The pattern is there. They're going to get married to somebody. Sprinkle. Now, of course, they say that they don't want to get married, but if they've been married twice, they probably lived most of their adult life as a married person. So they're going to naturally fall back into that, and if they see that you want to get married, they feel like they have to get married if they want to keep you. And they're not afraid of marriage because they've already done it twice. Sprinkle. Thank you, S. You're a natural extrovert. How can you still be feminine? I think by toning it down a little bit and making sure that if you're going to be an extrovert, that you do it in a feminine way. Because, like, I don't know what you mean by being an extrovert as far as like how you act. I don't know if you like drink and become an extrovert. I don't know if you're just laughing at everything and slapping people on the back and joking around. I don't know what kind of extrovert you are, but find a more feminine way to be an extrovert. Compliments to other women, like, oh my gosh, I love your jacket. It's so pretty. You have to tell me where you got it. Come walk with me. Oh my gosh, is that your husband over there? Wow. Y'all make such a great couple. Yeah. Dumb stuff like that. You can be feminine and be an extrovert at the same time. You don't have to be obnoxious with it. There you go. Yeah. If you're talking about being like on a date or talking to a man, you could talk about him. Ask him about himself. You know what? You're really a breath of fresh air, and I would love to know more about what you do. Like, what do you do? Like, you're so smart. I can't even imagine, da 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 da. Wow, impressive. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Empress. You're learning less is more. Yes. Now, let me tell y'all another thing. After you've been with somebody for a while and like in a relationship, in a marriage or in a long-term relationship, a lot of times you can't fake it anymore. You can't fake pretending anymore because y'all know the real deal. Y'all know the real people. Okay. Let me tell y'all something about knowing the real people. You got to own up to who you really are to make it work. You can't really deny who you really are in a marriage or in a long-term relationship to make it work. And if who you really are in a long-term relationship is not wife material or somebody that, someone wants to marry, you have to acknowledge it and claim it. Now, let me tell you why. Because if you acknowledge it and claim it, they know you already know and that you're not going to change. And if they want you, they got to take you as you are, period. So if they see you as somebody that they absolutely want to marry, but you're not going to change certain things, and they already are in a long-term relationship with you, and they already have accepted those things about you, and they already love you, they're not going to care. Okay? But you have to own up to it. You can't deny. You can't be in denial about it because that's a cop-out. Either you accept it and say, yeah, I know. Those are things that I'm working on. I know I'm not the best at this and that, but I try every day. But that's just, that's just what it is. Either accept me as I am or don't. And they're not going to throw the whole thing away. They're going, okay, well, she can work on herself a little bit. I guess she's close enough. Okay. But you got to be more than at least 70% wife material. All right. Uh-oh, Aharia. Thank you, ma'am, for the sprinkle. Okay. Someone asked about arranged marriage. I don't know nothing about no arranged marriage. As long as he got some money and you can spend it. Sprinkle. Is it possible to make him feel wanted without touch? Yes. You can do it on the phone. Text him on the phone. Tell him how you miss him, how he's nice, and all this kind of stuff. On the phone. If he gets in public with you, think about this. That man been waiting to touch you since ever you on the phone. Okay. So you got to tell him it's a turn off. It's like, it's such a turn off when men try to touch women before they're comfortable in their relationship. I think it's sexy when a man has restraint. And it makes me want them even more. So you got to lie to them to keep them hands off, man. So if they think they're turning you on by not touching you, what they gonna do? Not touch you. And every time they touch you, if you wince, oh, I thought we talked about that. It's a little too early. But then you say this, so their ego isn't fragile. I mean, so is it their fragile ego isn't hurt. but it's nice to know that you are attracted to me. Okay. What do you do when he asks you to return something expensive he gave you? Keyword is gave. I sell it to him back. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's like, oh my gosh, no, I can sell it to you back though. You want to buy it back? I'll put it on Poshmark for you. Put your bid in. Girl, you don't get no gifts back. That's dumb. Okay. If you give something back, it should be like the only reason you should ever give anything back to a man is if they're holding it over your head and bothering you and harassing you because they're in survival mode and they probably need to go sell it to pay their rent or something. Like if they're poor and broke, yeah, give it back if they broke, baby, because they couldn't afford it in the first place. Like, you know what? You should have bought this in the first place. Here, take this, go pawn it and get you some food, you know? But if they're rich, girl, keep that. Thank you, Miley. Says he stepped out because he craved the chase. He's remorseful. Advice, I believe, is because we live together, 100% provider. Well, ma'am, step out too, ma'am, because you also probably miss being chased. Just don't tell him. It's like, you know what? I totally understand. Men feel insecure and they still want to know if they got it. I understand. But I'm not going to accept your apology just like that, you know. You're going to have to prove to me that you're invested in me. And then name what you want. I want you to give me the money to start a business. I want you to go to the dealership and help me upgrade this vehicle. I want you to do A, B, C, and D. I want you to do da, da, da. Whatever it is you want him to do, hold him accountable by making him do it. Hold him accountable, because if he does it again, he knows he's going to have to do something else even bigger. Because if he's dumb enough to mess up again and you catch him, he knows whatever you want is going to be bigger than the first thing. So make the first thing pretty big. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. How to stand out at a party where he will be, but lots of women tend to throw themselves at him. Find the richest man in the room and go stand next to him. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. That's how, ma'am. If he is the richest man, then find the second richest man. Thank you. That's exactly what he said, to see if he got it. Exactly. You know, a lot of men are going to say that, but now you need to know if he got it financially to keep you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Do you currently have a man on the side? No, I don't have a man on any side right now. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said what? How can I tell if he's future faking in early stages? Because they all are. All of them are future faking in the early phases, ma'am. All right. When they start spending money and investing in you and spending time with you, when you don't have to pay bills no more, they're not future faking, because a man's gonna take care of what he wants and what he loves. So you can't future fake if you're paying. Okay. So he taking care of you. You're secure. You don't have to work if you don't want to. You got your little business started. Okay. You're already secure. Okay. What are your thoughts on polygamy? Well, if you're there for the man, then a lot of women don't like that. But if you're just there for the money, no one cares, because you're just gonna be shopping with it anyway. As long as he got money, you can't be polygamous with a broke dude. If you're there for an emotional attachment to a man, you're probably not going to like polygamy. If you're there for attachment to his money, you probably don't care. Okay, so it depends on the woman, what the woman is there for and what she's benefiting out of that marriage. Okay, if there's enough money to go around and you can just go shop all day and don't worry about what he's doing with his other wife and you're free to be, then why not? It just depends on why you're there as a woman. Okay. If they ain't rich, then the whole thing is out of the question. Out of the question. They not rich. Okay. He said, would you, Neo's fifth girlfriend? Okay. First of all, girlfriend? Oh, because it's not legal in the United States. Okay. I got you. Honestly, if you see the pattern of what men are doing, okay, that's just 2 steps away from being R. Kelly and Diddy. So I don't think I want to be involved in that. Sprinkle. If I'm gonna go do all that, I'm gonna go somewhere where it's legal and I can get my money for real. Like where you can legally get married to more than one and get your money. Not no pretend, not no R. Kelly, not no Diddy. All right. You gotta do it big or go home. Sprinkle. He said y'all can't marry, but it's been 2 years. Are y'all in y'all's 20s, ma'am? If y'all are in y'all's 20s, men don't want to marry in their 20s. If you want to hurry up and get married, you need to find somebody older that's ready to get married. Okay. Where did I find my denim jacket? Okay, this little boutique called Love Always Boutique. Love Always Boutique. They have an online store. You can probably buy it online. Tell them SheRaSeven sent you. They also have a little rack in Saks Fifth Avenue, and they also have 2 locations or 3, I don't know, a couple of locations in Texas and Houston, Woodlands, I think, and Katy. They might have a rack at Saks Fifth Avenue in the Galleria, or you can order it online. Love Always Boutique. Sprinkle. All right. You said it's sold out? Oh. Yeah, there was only a few left when I was in there. Okay, Princess, your 45-year-old boyfriend is rich. Got upset when you asked for shopping on vacay 3K. He said he sent me money last week and already spent a lot of money on the vacation. Okay, sprinkle. Then if he's rich, he doesn't like how fast you're spending that money. That's why I always tell y'all you need a backup man. If you need backup money, you need a backup man. Or you need to start a business. All right, so if he's a rich man and he's a businessman, if you're just throwing money in the trash on stupid stuff, like, and I'm not being rude because I love to shop myself, okay? But if it's coming out of his pocket and you're just spending money on stupid stuff that's going to be out of style next year, if you were to use that money to start your own business or invest it in something or at least save it, he would probably be more likely to give you more money because you're doing something smart with it. So if you want more money, you need to start a business, okay? Now, let me tell you something. If you start a business, it could be anything. You could buy clothes and sell them online. You could buy clothes from, different places. You could be a buyer and go buy clothes and then have your own little boutique or sell stuff online and then shop at the same time and wear your merchandise, okay? That's what the lady that owns this shop does, where I got this jacket from. She was dressed every day, okay, with clothes, shoes, jewelry, everything, because she invested in a business that sells clothes, shoes, and jewelry. So be smart about stuff, because a lot of men who are rich got rich from being smart financially. And also, who wants to give money to somebody that's throwing it down the drain on crap that's going to be out of style in a year, unless you're making money off of it. Okay, you got to be smart with this money, or get 2. If you're done with money, get two men. If you're smart with money, they'll want to give you more. I promise you, because they're going to see how you make it grow. Okay. Or you got to find one at 45. You know, I'm 46 and I don't like throwing money in the garbage either. So maybe somebody much older who has way more and doesn't mind throwing money in the trash because, you know, they got to spend it. They can't take it with them. Maybe. But somebody that age, they're very business minded and they don't like seeing people throw money away. So you got to appeal to an older man or you got to appeal to his business side. Uh-oh, Jahia, Sprinkle Sprinkle, thank you for the super sticker. You'll see if you date an older man, you'll see that they're much more generous with the money versus someone that age who's like is still in their career mode and business mind. All right. Another way to make them see you as wife is to not be stupid with money. Thank you for bringing that up. You can't be dumb with money. Nope. You can't look stupid with money. You can't spend money dumb. All right. Especially if you're trying to marry somebody close to your own age, or if you're trying to marry someone close to your own age, you definitely can't be stupid with money. That's number one. You got to have some type of financial intelligence and plan for the future. That's number one. If you just stupid that sitting there looking like who did it and why, when it comes to money, they're not going to want to deal with you in a marriage contract. Okay. But if you have a head on your shoulder, you know what you're doing, you seem smart, you got a little savings, or you know how to save money, or you know how to invest money, or you know how to invest in yourself, or you're interested in maybe doing something, or just making sure that you're not buying stupid stuff for no reason. I mean, if you got it, you can, but like in the beginning or in a marriage, people don't want to see that until later. Okay. You can't present it straight up front. All right. Use those things for like occasions for like gifting. Like you like something, it's like, okay, well, it's my birthday soon, or okay, well, it's our anniversary soon, or okay, it's our whatever soon. Okay, well, it's been a while, or okay, it's vacation time. You know, you got to make everything a special occasion. If you want to spend money, you have to make it seem like you're celebrating something versus just spending it for no reason. If you want to spend stuff for no reason, that man is going to be like, okay, well, she's just using all my money, especially if they don't make a lot. That's why you got to either get another man or start a business. That way you can, like, you know what I'm saying? You're making money on the money he's giving you. All right. It said, am I interested? I don't follow politics. I barely watch the news, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm here for a certain reason, and so I stick to the reason that I'm here. I'm not here for every reason, baby. So y'all have to understand that. I'm not here for every reason. I'm not the savior of the world. I'm the savior of women that need my message. That's why I'm here. Okay. Don't pull me in 5 different directions, baby. I focus on this, and this is what I'm good at. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. That's not my job, baby. This is what I do. Thank you. I'm old. I've been around here a long time. This is what I'm good at. This is what I stick to. This is what I do. Ooh, he gave you cheap jewelry as a gift. What to do with it? You're disappointed. I have a whole video about this, okay? So it's like, oh my gosh, my little niece would love this if it's cheap looking, you know. She's like in name a young age. If it's old lady jewelry and it's cheap, it's like, oh my gosh, my grandma would love this. Okay, so you compare the gift as if it's not for you. You say, okay, my niece would love this so much. Or my grandma would love this so much. Then he'll be like, oh, your niece? Yes, she loves these little trinkets like this. Or your grandma? Oh yeah, she loves this old-fashioned style jewelry. So he's going to know you don't like it. Then he's going to offer to take it back and get you something else that you like. If he doesn't, don't ever wear it. Don't take it out of the package. Leave it where it's at and re-gift it to somebody else. And when he asks you where it is, like, oh, it's not really my style, but thank you for it was the thought that counted. Then he'll be mad because he wants you to be happy with the gift. So he's going to take you to buy something better. And if you wear some nice jewelry after he gets you the cheap jewelry, he's going to see where he messed up and he got to go try again. Okay. All right. Okay. You said your man said you get too giddy and childish sometimes. He is 33 and you're 27. He says I'm very mature, but can be childish at times, but I don't really understand how to meet him where he needs. Okay. Well, you know what I would say? Well, they say never lose your inner child. Maybe you need to loosen up. Don't want to become old and frigid, do you? Play on your youth, play on your childlike demeanor as something that's valuable, not something that's not valuable. You know what I'm saying? So twist it around. You know how to do it. Yeah, I do it here every day. It's like, oh, and they say never lose your childlike qualities. So it keeps you young and vibrant. You don't want to be old and stuck up and stuffy, do you? All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Hold on, I have to make I'm gonna mute this for a second because I gotta make a call. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe I don't. What? Today? No. Somebody wants to deliver something and I'm at home. All right. So you get bored so fast with material things. Well, then you need to have activities that you like to do. Like some people, materials aren't the thing, or you're bored of materials. Now y'all got to go do stuff like the activities, or you got to do more activity stuff. Um, Maria Sherman. Okay. Which skin practices? Just get you a facial every now and then and wash your face, exfoliate, moisturize. All right. Don't sleep in your makeup. I've only gotten lip filler. But I think it's wearing off or dissolving naturally. Just wear that makeup, ma'am. Thank you. Be blessed. Spring. Thank you for being a new member. Okay. Yeah, and if you're gonna be outside, wear some sunscreen. If that's gonna keep you looking young. Yes. He said, Shira, I told him to unfollow a woman and stop Snapchat. He says I'm being controlling. What do I do? Okay. Ma'am, stop following that woman and get off Snapchat. I'm serious. Stop doing that. What you're telling him is that you're insecure and jealous, and you're overly concerned about what he's doing. Let me tell you something. If he's not overly concerned about what you're doing, that's the problem, man. Why ain't you on Snapchat? Why ain't you following rich men in your city? In your city. Okay? Why ain't you doing it? Why aren't, like, women do this better? What you doing? Women do this better. Okay? You will actually have a chance if you did what he was doing. He's just looking and wishing and hoping. You could actually get what you want. So why isn't he worried about you? Why are you over worried about him? Is he the prize man? Is him the prize? Or are you the prize? Because it seems like he the prize in this relationship. You said material things feel empty? Okay, well then go on adventures. Go sailing. Get a yacht. Rent a yacht and go sailing across the world. Maybe that will fill the void if materials don't. Go into outer space like these rich people that got everything. Go do something. All right. Sorry. Yeah, you don't need to be worried about what they're doing. They need to be worried about what you're doing, or else you're doing everything wrong and backwards. Okay? All right. Now, I don't know what the dynamic of y'all's relationship is, but if he looks good and he looks better than you, then you already did it wrong in the first place. Okay? If he feels like he could play around online and do all this stuff, and you just gonna take it, I mean, you already chose wrong in the first place. But if you can't do the same or better, that's the problem. You need to focus on that. You need to focus on doing better and why he's not concerned about what you're doing online and who you're following online. You need to ask yourself why he's not so concerned, but why you are extra concerned. I'll tell you why. Because he trusts you. He thinks you're going to be a good wife or a good girlfriend, and he's the prize, and you're not going to do anything to mess up the relationship with him. He has options, and he's looking at other women because you're so predictable and you're so insecure and you're so worried about what he's doing. You wouldn't dare chance of losing him because you cherish him so much. That's what he feels. If you cherish someone so much, they know you ain't gonna let them go, so they're gonna do what they want. If you checking up on them, being a spy, going all through their DMs and Instagram and Snapchats, you love them a lot more than they love you if they're not doing the same thing. So they know you ain't going nowhere, so they're gonna do what they want because you're too busy trying to make sure that they're gonna stay exactly where they are with you. Because if you could do better, or if you had plenty of options, you wouldn't care about what they were doing. They'd be caring about what you're doing. So you got to flip the script on them. I'm telling y'all, These men know she's not going nowhere if she's doing all this extra work to make sure I stay faithful to her or make sure I'm not looking at other women. I'm the product. That's what they're thinking. That's what happens when women become pygmishas. All right? You got to do better. Uh-oh, Mila. Gym owner asked you to join him for a Pilates class as a first date. How can I make him do dinner instead, or should I accept Pilates date? Sure. Ew. Okay. Owner of a gym. What kind of gym is this? Is it a nice gym? Is he super rich? Or is it like one of them little gyms in a shopping center where he's struggling to get clients? Is it nice or is it like, you know what I'm saying? How many other women do you think he takes to Pilates class? How many other women is he on a first date with in the Pilates class at the same time? I mean, if he gonna date all the women in there, he can't take them all out to eat now. So they all in the class. So you decline. It's like, you know what? I would rather you sit over a nice ambient dinner or nice table with ambiance and get to know you. Can't really get to know you in a Pilates class. You say it like that, he might ask you to dinner first. First is to come be one of my extra chicks in the Pilates class, and I'm probably sleeping with all of them. Like, don't do that. Stand out and know your value. Is it more appealing to act robotic and about my business or to be natural, perky, cheerful self to attract a husband? Well, it depends on what kind of husband you're trying to attract. You know what I'm saying? So I say be yourself, but don't overdo it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't overdo the perkiness if you're not naturally extra cheerful. Just go about midway. You know what I'm saying? If you are naturally extra perky and cheerful, then you need somebody that's upbeat as well. Because some people that's draining. You know what I'm saying? Some people it's very draining if you're too much. Hmm. Okay, your provider wants commitment, quote unquote, S, before he gives me what I want. He's very rich. Ma'am, he can get that from anybody. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Let me tell you a secret. If he's very, very rich, he can sleep with any woman and still give you what you want. You know what I'm saying? So this is another thing about being as a wife. You stick to your high standards and morals and say, no, I'm so sorry. I'm just not that type of girl. He'll literally go sleep with somebody else and come right back to you. Okay? And if you don't give in, he's going to say, okay, well, she's very hard to impress. She's very hard to buy. She's very hard to get to do anything. She has high standards. That's wife. See, if you just going to do something to get a little change for, do something strange for a little piece of change, that's not wife, baby. He can go do that with someone else, anybody else. He's rich. You see what I'm saying? But if you hold out and keep your standards and you got another one on the side that's giving you money too, so you ain't missing a beat, he might wife you eventually because you keep your standards high. He don't know you keeping them high and getting money from somebody else, just like you don't care if he's sleeping with somebody else and still giving you your money because you're not, or still dealing with you because you're not lowering your standards. So that's why it's very important to have one on the side, especially when you're dating people. That way you don't let him control you or play you. So if you need money and he's not giving you money, but he's attracted to you and he wants something from you and he can't get it no matter, what he's trying to offer you, then he may say, okay, well, she's good wife material. Nobody else can take her from me. She has high standards, da da da. Or he could say, well, she'll bend with any man's offer. Great. What he don't know is that you get money from somebody else already, and you don't really need his money, but you'll take it. You see? So I need more than one. Okay. One or two, ma'am. It's like, no, I'm so sorry. I'm just not able to do that. But I really like you. I love spending time with you. I'm so glad that you want a committed relationship. But like I said, like my standards are just very high, and I want to feel safe and secure in a relationship before I, take it to the next level. And if you really want you, he'll do it. And you're not going to be missing a beat because you got another one that's giving you money as well. I have two. Oh, God is wild red, sprinkle, sprinkle. There's no feelings in business. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's true. There's no feelings. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How you doing? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're shuddering at the thought of how society would be lost and doomed without SheRaSeven. Girl, years ago, it was looking that way. That's why I had to get online and get to talking because it was getting in that direction. We started reverting back to, I don't even want to say it, but it was getting terrible. All right. It was starting to look like, it was starting to look like super ratchet and dusty out there. And I had to stop what I was doing and start a channel. All right. It was starting to look real bad. How to get a busy man's time and attention. That's very easy. You got to be what he wants. Okay, you got to be like, hold on, I have to reschedule. Because if he's busy, he got money, people will wait. People will reschedule. They don't want to lose business. They don't want to lose money. He has the power to make himself unbusy for what he wants to make himself unbusy for. All right. It's not like he's a mother that has to pick up kids from school and, go to the parent teacher conference or, stay home and breastfeed their kids. Men don't do stuff like that. They can make time in their day to go for what they want, to deal with who they want to deal with. You shouldn't have to make them notice you. You got to make sure that they like you enough to make that time. Because there are people that have full-time jobs, kids, and are married that make time to do other stuff. If he don't have none of that stuff, he got time, baby. There are men out here with a full-time job, wife, kids, gym membership, and still out there cheating. They found time to do stuff. Right, They'll make the time. All right? They'll make it. So my philosophy is men should give women money because they should pay for what they want. My philosophy is that men should already have money if they even approaching a woman. If they're not in the woman's life to make it better and understand their role as a provider, then they shouldn't be stepping to women in the first place. That's my philosophy, man. Or sir, sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, don't come to a job unprepared. Don't come here unprepared. No. All right. You said, is that not prostitution? No, ma'am. It's called being prepared as a man before you step to a woman and having your priorities in the correct order. Okay. If you're looking for wife material, don't you think she's looking for husband material? And that ain't no husband material if you got to ask and beg some woman for money because you ain't man enough to provide. Excuse me, sir. Go become a man and then come back. All right? There's no arguing with that. That it is what it is. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Ain't nobody trying to marry nobody that they got to struggle with. Thank you, Veronica. Can you meet providers in the afternoon? Yes, you can. It just depends on where you're going. And if you got to go to the rich side of town, yes, of course. You can meet them at the gym, playing golf, pickleball, country club, walking a dog in a dog park in a nice area of town. You can meet them at the little happy hours. You can meet them at like nice steakhouses. A lot of single men like that have money. They may go out to dinner. Go to a little steakhouse, sit at the bar, have a little meal, whatever. But, it's possible, but you're going to be more, it's easier to do in the AM or early PM. But it's definitely possible. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What are your thoughts on preparation to becoming a wife? I don't know about preparation to becoming a wife, but if you are what that man wants, I mean, that should be enough preparation. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said what? Okay. See, a lot of people from different cultures see marriage very different. And a lot of men from different cultures see wife as very different. Some men see you as a domestic servant. Some men see you as the prize. So depending on what type of man you're dealing with, that's how they're going to treat you. Thank you, Alexandra. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for the sprinkle. All right. So if you're coming from a culture where you cook, clean, and wash dirty drawers, and that's the definition of what a wife is, that's a domestic servant, baby. All right. We make our own definition of what marriage or wife is. But in order to be wife material, the one thing or the two things that are most likely going to be is that you're going to be somebody's mother and you're going to represent a man as somebody's wife. So, and they got to represent you as a husband. So if you're respectable, you look nice, you have patience, you're going to make a good mother, you're not super vulgar, you're probably going to make somebody a good wife, right? None of that has to do with being a domestic servant. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. You say, is it okay to say you're Russian even though you're not? I mean, if you can get away with it, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. People have been faking accents forever or lying forever, ma'am. It doesn't matter as long as you're getting what you want out of it. I mean, if you got to go to this extent to get decent treatment from somebody, then, why not? What about submissive men that like dominant women? Well, hopefully their paycheck is dominant and got some money to give. And y'all can role play and pretend and act all day as long as he got the submissive bank. I mean, as long as he got that dominant bank account to pay you and give you what you want. We don't care. Get his money, man. What to do if man is a provider but wants domestic work done? Hire a maid. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hire help that comes a couple of times a week or once a week where you don't have to do too much. All right. Because a lot of people, they don't realize your value or your worth if they only see you as the domestic help. You need to separate that. The reason why I'm telling y'all this It's not because I'm trying to be mean, but it's true. If a man only sees you as a domestic worker, he's not going to see you as no wife. He's going to take all of that domestic work for granted. Even though if you were a real domestic worker, you'd literally be getting paid. Okay, you're doing thankless free work for someone that's not going to appreciate it. So don't become the domestic help, hire the domestic help. With all that free time you're going to save, you can look more beautiful for your man. You can look more beautiful for yourself. You could be a better mother to other people, you know, the babies, nieces and nephews. You could be a better aunt. You'd be more attentive, you know. So if you're not in a bad mood every day from cooking and cleaning all the time, worrying about what you're going to buy at the grocery store and make for dinner, if you can just not have to do all those things every day. Now you can do them some days, but if you don't have to do that stuff every day like clockwork because that's what's expected of a domestic worker, you can literally just be a wife and relax and live in your feminine and use the money that your husband is making to help you also live a softer life, as well as make you feel good about your role in that family as being a mother. Because being a mother and being a wife is not just about cooking and cleaning and doing damn laundry. Okay? That's why they have services to do those things and help you. Because that is not the definition of wife. That's not even in the marriage vows. All right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. When you get married, they don't say nothing about cooking and cleaning, baby. So you ain't breaking no vows if you don't cook or clean. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. You said if a man is cheating and exposing you to STTs, is it worth it? Ma'am, if a man is cheating and he's broke and exposing you to STIs, is it worth it? Because y'all be acting like broke men don't cheat. Y'all be acting like Ray and them that be at the bus stop ain't trying to holler at whoever else at the bus stop with them booty shorts on. Y'all act like, well, y'all at work clocked in and he got your car, that he ain't out there circling the block trying to find some. Okay? Is it worth it? Because it looks like that broke man have more STIs than rich men, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And I'm not taking up for nobody. If you think somebody cheating, stop sleeping with them. Cut them off. Tell them to go get tested. Go to CVS, get a test. Who out here sleeping with men who think they're cheating on them? I forget. Some of y'all ain't got no common sense. All right. Y'all always want to say, is it really worth the money, ma'am? Is it really worth being broke and having a cheating man? Ask Pygmisha. She know. All right. Alexandra, thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How do you stay with wealthy provider? His health declining. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, get in the wheel. Be by his side. Get in the wheel. Get some properties. Okay. Oh, Disha, sprinkle, sprinkle. Hey, Shira, my question is, how do I protect myself from relatives who like to trigger you and fight between your own people? Headphones, ma'am. Earbuds, headphones, phone calls. Perfect distractions. It even work on dusties when you leave it the store. You just pretend like you're on the phone. Or you have your earbuds in and you're like, pretend you're talking to somebody on the phone and hold on, talk, and just clear the room, leave the room. Make phone calls, earbuds, that definitely will help you. Why do you think, okay, what do I think about something class in rich areas? Oh, salsa dance class in rich areas. Salsa? I don't know how I feel about salsa dance classes. I feel like you're going to find a lot of gay men there, not a lot of straight men. I'd go for more of the rich activities. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. You looking for a lavender marriage, you can hit them salsa places for sure. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Imagine living in a man's house broke watching SheRaSeven. Well, hopefully the man has money if they've been watching me. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Imagine staying home all day, living a soft life, living in a man's house that gives you money and being able to watch SheRaSeven. Sounds like a flex. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Imagine being a grown man jealous of women being able to rest in their feminine in their man's house and watching SheRaSeven. That ain't no flex. Okay. Okay. This new era of women who are jealous of women that men are following. Look. Who you following, man? Who are you following? Who's in your DMs? Why are y'all so worried? Who's trying to get with you? Ma'am, did you forget who you were? The prize. I don't understand y'all. I don't know who's following who. I don't care. I don't even know who following me. All right. All I know is I'll be sending cash app to these people that be DMing me, talk about what's your name, what you doing, cash app. Who's following you, ma'am? Who's sending you cash apps and Venmos? Why are you chasing behind some man? Why are you spying on him online all the time? Are you with him for his ability to be faithful? Are you with this man for his ability to be faithful? Is that why you with her? You ain't with her for no money, no lifestyle, no gifts. You only with him because you think he's going to be 100% faithful to you? Is that why you're the only reason you're with him? Because if that's the only reason you're with him, ma'am, I think you need to find a couple more reasons, financial reasons, if you're going to waste any more time with that man. Okay? Because before he met you, he was online. After he leaves you, if he leaves you, I'm not saying he will, he going to be online. In between, while he's with you, he going to be online. Why? Because everybody's online. Everybody. Live your life, man. You be online too. I promise you. He said, so most of you are for sale? No, sir. Most of us have high standards and only deal with men who are financially intelligent enough to have the correct priorities to become a provider before he steps to a woman. So once y'all figure that out, y'all won't have to think everything is for sale. Nothing is for sale. We're looking for men who have their priorities in order, not looking for discounts, not looking for coupon codes, not looking for 30 minutes here and there, not looking for women that rent themselves out. If y'all are looking for wives, go get some money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Y'all always think something is on sale, for sale, want a discount. Sir, just go get some money. All right. That's the only answer to the question. Get money. Y'all like them people that want a discount on everything. Can I get the discount? Can I get something free? Sir, go get your money up. Stop being broke. You're going to hook me up with something free. You're going to give me a discount. Why is it so expensive? Because you broke. That's why. The answer is go get some money. All right. Put your priorities in the right order and come back when you can afford it. There you go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. He said they even want Gucci on a discount. Okay. Uh. So another thing about being a wife, you gotta have high standards. Gotta have high standards because when they see you have high standards, they know if they get with you, their standards gonna get higher too. They know if you're a type of woman that's disciplined enough to have high standards, take care of herself, don't take nothing less. They know, who you hang around the most, that's who you gonna turn into. So they ain't gonna want nobody that has, you know, no discipline. They ain't gonna want nobody that bends their, standards for and lowers their standards because somebody begged them to. They'll be like, okay, if I'm around her, she's gonna make me better. She's gonna hold me accountable. I'm gonna have to really put in work. My life's gonna get better. That's exactly what I need. They're not gonna be around some pick me shit that's gonna baby them for the rest of their life, and never allow them to be the man to reach their true potential. They ain't gonna wife that. So you gotta keep your standards high. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said what? These men need to be masculine again? Yes. And a lot of men don't think that they're not masculine. They think sitting in a woman's comment section whining and making excuses is masculine. Somebody need to redirect them. Okay, like that's so masculine. You're in a woman's chat whining and making excuses. It's giving not masculine at all. All right, it's giving clear see-through closet. He said they are competing with women. They're competing with women. There's no competition. You can't compete with women. It's like the Olympics. You got to compete within your own gender. Okay. Go compete with a man that has money. Go compete with a man that's making millions. Go compete with them. You'll be better off. I promise you. You'll learn more from them and you'll get way ahead in life if you go compete with a man that has something. You can't compete with a woman. We're not the same. Okay? So why don't y'all go over there, find some man that's living the lifestyle you wish you could be living and go see what he doing. Okay? Go see what he talking about. What to tell a man when he asks about your dad, but you don't speak to your dad for years? Just lie, ma'am. Tell them what they need to hear to get what you need to get. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Not your business ain't everybody's business, ma'am. You can tell them whatever you need to tell them. Okay. Tell him what you need to tell him. Tell him what he needs to hear to get what you need to get. All right. There you go. What if they ask about your body count? Are they dusty? Yes, ma'am. That's a dusty question. You never hear no rich man asking nobody that. That's a dusty question, man. And even if they do ask you, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't answer those personal types of questions. It's very inappropriate. Yeah. Only broke men ask them questions. Sorry. Uh-oh, my how. Current guy you've been seeing says you're ungrateful for what he provides for you. Though it's not always the amount I want, what do I say? It's like, I'm very grateful. Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. It's like, you don't understand. I am grateful for every little bit. Every little bit helps. That way, what you're telling him is he's only contributing a little bit of what you actually need. So if you seemed ungrateful, it's probably because it wasn't enough. But you do appreciate his effort and the little bit that he can help, which means either he can't afford you, or he need to do more, or somebody else is gonna pick up his slack. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Some men can't afford the women that they want, and they just have to come to that conclusion. Either they'll go out and be able to afford her by getting more streams of income, or they'll let her go so she can find someone that can afford her. That's literally it. All right. Afford to keep her lifestyle, afford to have the type of woman that they're trying to get. The same thing. Like, a lot of men don't realize this. Just because a woman falls in love with you don't mean that her expenses change. I mean, how dumb can a man be? Just because a man falls in love with you and you're supposed to be in love with them doesn't mean the price on those bills change. Doesn't mean the price of stuff changes with you. It might even increase. All right. So they have to understand that. It's not, oh well, she loves me. She'll not make me do this anymore. No, now you're even more responsible. Okay. He said, what's the most impressive thing a man has spent on you? House, car, bills, ring, vacations. Okay. Remember, ladies, you can always walk away from anyone at any time you want. That's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said how to get a house. Well, it's easy if you get married first. It's easier to get a house if you're married. Okay. If you're trying to get a house and you're not married, then they have to have a lot of money, and especially if you don't want them to live in it. They got to be at a real estate, got a lot of money if they're just giving out houses like that, man. Yes. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said thoughts on baby mama culture. Well, I feel like some women get pregnant to try to keep some man that don't want to be kept, and some men impregnate women to trap them to always have access to them. So here's what I feel. I don't think women should lay down with anything broke. So if you're gonna be a baby mama, at least your baby daddy had to have some money and be generous with it, or get the government involved. Okay, so you can get some of that money. So I feel like if you're gonna lay down with somebody, just make sure he ain't broke, and make sure you can get some money out of it. Period. If not, get married first and then have some kids. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. What should you say when you ask for money for a SX meet and they ask me, have I done this before? Honestly, I would say you should work for an escort service, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because if you're out there doing that, that's literally, that. So I don't really specialize in that. I specialize in getting money without doing stuff. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's the whole sprinkle, sprinkle means. Like getting your money, knowing your value, knowing your worth. But if you're SW, then y'all should know better than me what to say. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. I don't know, man. But what I can tell you is that you better be careful about who you talking to because they could be undercover. Right. If you ain't a professional one, you need to go figure it out. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Go figure it out. You can talk to somebody that's already in the game. Oh, Shira, I've never had a relationship and you are 23. Any tips on meeting someone rich? Yes, go to the rich areas and look cute. Join something over there in the rich area and do some rich activities around some rich men and look cute while doing it. It's a numbers game. Before long, somebody's going to invite you to lunch, ask you out for dinner or whatever. You got to be in the environment on a regular basis and look cute. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The most important point of making them see you as a wife, remember, they're also going to look at you as a future mother as well. So I said this earlier, but one of the most important things is your ability to control your emotions and to represent as a mother and a future wife. You got to look the part and act the part. That doesn't mean anything about being domestic either. It has everything to do with outside representation and your ability to be a good mother. Okay? And have high standards. Because they know if you have high standards, it's hard to sway you. They know if you're a decent woman, you're going to make a decent mother. So you can't be all stuff hanging out everywhere, cursing and smoking weed all the time. You can't be none of that. Okay? You got to represent as someone who they can introduce to their mother and someone who's going to make a good mother themselves. And someone who represents, someone who takes care of themselves and has high standards. That's literally it. When they meet those types of women, and a lot of men aren't going to be ready for marriage, even if you are. Y'all just have to understand that. And some men will tell you. Some men will straight up tell you, you're too good for me, or, I don't want nothing serious. You know why? Because a lot of times, some of those men know they're not ready for marriage. And they don't want you to waste your time with them. Because, you got to listen and read between the lines. Because a lot of men, they're like, okay, this woman, she got everything together. She makes this, but I'm not ready for that. I just want some side chick, or I just want some, one night stand, or I just want some, situationship. I'm not ready for a classy woman that is wife material, because I'm not going to be no husband. So a lot of times men aren't ready for marriage. So even if you are wife material and they see you as wife material, don't mean they want to marry. That's the whole point. Like I said, if you're dating older men, they may want to marry versus younger men sooner rather than later. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. If you're young and you're trying to marry somebody in their 20s, good luck to you. Okay. If you're trying to marry somebody in their 30s, good luck to you. 40s, they may be ready. 50s, they ready. And I know a lot of women are like, I don't want to marry no old man. I don't want to marry no 50-year-old man. I don't want to marry this. I don't want to marry that. Okay. But do they want to marry you? Probably. They probably do. Are they financially stable? Do they have everything you need? Do they have the lifestyle you need? Are they going to treat you right? Are they going to be able to provide for you and the children? Are they going to say you can stay home from work? You ain't got the clock in 9 months pregnant? Probably. So y'all have to think about yourselves and your lifestyle before you think about anything else. If you're going to marry somebody your own age, if you're going to marry somebody close to your own age, don't be mad and asking me why they stalking people on Instagram. Because y'all know that's what y'all do at y'all age. All right. If it's age appropriate and they're doing it, don't come ask me about it. All right. Ma'am, he's following everybody in the world on Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok. Well, ma'am, how old is he? 20 something, ma'am, get out of my face. You want somebody that ain't doing all that? Go find somebody that can't even see that well. Go find somebody that don't even know what a TikTok is. All right. Well, I can't deal with no older man. I need to have somebody that looks just as good as me and is my age. Well, good luck, ma'am. Have fun with that. Why is he always following people on Instagram? Ma'am, he's 25. Ma'am, he's 30. What he's supposed to be doing? Well, why is he always playing video games? And why is he following all these chicks on Instagram? Why is he doing this, ma'am? How old is he? That's why he's doing it. All right. You'll never hear me talking about that because I'm married to an older man. So if y'all don't want the problems that come with dating men your age or younger men, then don't date them. Y'all don't want the problems that come with them because all them problems, they come with them. They come with them. So if you want to be seen as a wife, you got to understand them problems come with them men. You're going to have to deal with it. If you're going to try to marry somebody your own age that looks just as good as you, you're literally just putting them on a pedestal and you go behind them, chasing them behind them and look at who they following on Instagram and stuff like that. They need to be doing that to you. So these problems come with these types of men. Take it or leave it. Oh, cat, sprinkle. You met a great guy. You're 38. He's 65. Obsessed with me. Kind. Takes you to restaurants, the best restaurants. Loves to see you happy. Your question is, how can you hint at what I need? For example, like a new iPhone. Girl, find you an old iPhone. I know y'all keep them old ones. Y'all keep them. Find you an old one. Plug it up. Make sure it's charged up. Drop it on the floor. Drop it on the floor in front of him and break the old one. Tell him you need a new one. Sprinkle. Go get you one that's already broke somewhere. Ask a friend to borrow their broke crack phone and just tell them it's yours. Tell them it don't even turn on no more. Block his calls temporarily. Get your phone. Sprinkle. What do you do if you're early 20s in school, not interested in romantic relationships anymore, but want marriage and family? Ma'am, you still in school. So you want to go to school and have a marriage and family? How you going to juggle all of that? And who's going to help you with that? You know what I'm saying? Finish school first. Do one thing at a time, ma'am. Finish school. That's what you want to do. All right. Then go worry about that other stuff. Stop trying to do everything at once. Get one thing out of the way first so you can focus 100% or at least way more on something else that you're trying to accomplish. Okay. You say you only what? Get in the rich areas of town, ma'am, and stay away from dust. All right. How to move on from someone you've never dated. By getting the mental help that you need. Sprinkle. Unless it's Michael Jackson, of course. Then we all understand. All right. Does having a higher education decrease chances from having a provider? Well, ma'am, if you have a higher education and most of the men that you're dealing with or that want to deal with you don't have a higher education that you do, it will be a problem. This is why a lot of men need to step their game up and start getting more educated and getting more money, because if women are outdoing them, they can't impress them anymore. They're going to have to go find someone that they can impress. But a lot of women who do have multiple degrees, they don't even use those degrees. They still go find a man with some money. And if they got him if they need him, and they got the man if they need him. Or they probably going to live off the man's money, start a business, and don't use none of them degrees. Like me. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't use none of my degrees. But I got them. Okay. Whatever you can do to make it work for you, whatever is beneficial, that's what you do. If you are passionate about what you got your degrees in, great. Maybe you'll marry someone in your own field that's even higher up. Okay. And so he pretended to be a provider. Now he wants 50-50 after you moved in together. Tell him that you need to move in another roommate to pay that 50% because you ain't the one. Say, well, let's rent out another room. And they could pay for my half since you ain't no man. And you looking for a roommate. Go find one, put out an ad. They can sleep in the guest bedroom or on the couch if you need some extra money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, he would be cut off so quick from everything. Girl, bring some boxes. Let me tell you what to do. Bring some boxes home. Go get you some boxes. Bring them home and set them by the bedroom door. Just leave them there for like a day. And when he asks, what are these for? Oh, well, I can't afford to be your roommate, so I'm going to have to go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Let them boxes sit there for a week and see what he do. All right. If he doesn't change his mind, pack him, baby, and be gone. Thank you, BC. She says, happy birthday. Thank you, ma'am. Can you give us advice again about if you are embarrassed to be seen with him out? I mean, he and people stare. Okay, well, ma'am. Okay, first of all, if you are not living the lifestyle that you want to live yet, let me tell you, if you don't have money that you want yet, if you don't have the lifestyle that you really want yet, you shouldn't be embarrassed of anything. You know, let me tell you why. Because that's what you're working towards. You're working towards the lifestyle, the money, the car, the home, or whatever it is. That's you know how long it takes people to work for that in real time? They got to work about 20 plus years to get what you can get just by being seen in public with some old man a couple of times. Okay. That old man could give you some money to start your business. That old man can buy you a house. That old man can leave you in his will. That old man can fund whatever you need him to fund. That old man can pay all your bills so that you can go on vacation or save up money and do what you got to do or whatever. That old man is literally like a bank. That old man is literally like a GoFundMe. That old man is literally a scholarship. That old man is a private investor. Like, what are you doing? You could say it's business. Okay. Or you can go the long route and take 20 years to get what he could give you in probably 2 months or 3 months. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. What's embarrassing is working and never getting anywhere. All right. You don't know them people. You'll never see them again. But you're going to see that money. You're going to see that savings account grow. All right. You'll never see them people again. And they know exactly why you're there. Because you don't want to take 20 years to get what they took 20 years to get. Oh, downtown Duchess, sprinkle, sprinkle. Sure, the tea is most wealthy women only go to the Ivy Leagues to get 1 degree only, their Mrs. degree, to meet a rich, ambitious man. That's true, sprinkle, sprinkle. I mean, that would be the only reason I would go to Ivy League. All right. Even if you just wear the sweatshirt that say you went to an Ivy League, that could help too. It's like, oh yeah. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. But yes. Mm-mm-mm-mm. What? What? Sweep the dust out the door. Anyway, so yeah, y'all make sure if you're trying to be somebody's wife or trying to be taken seriously as wife material, that you represent as a wife and as a future mother. Thank you, Lily. Sprinkle, sprinkle. 26-year-old pays all your bills, wants to marry me, is ugly. Okay. I'm not marrying nobody in their 20s. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's the dumbest thing you could do. Don't marry no man in his 20s. All right. Wait till he's a little older and got a little bit more in that account. Does he have money for a rainy day? Is he living paycheck to paycheck? Is he providing for your little small bills? What happens when you get big bills? Can he afford those? Okay, don't deal with somebody that ain't got the lifestyle that you already want. Okay? Is he living paycheck to paycheck? Does he have savings? Does he have investments? How many streams of income does he have? Is he father material? Is he husband material? When you're 9 months pregnant, is he going to be able to afford all the baby stuff? A bigger place to live? You know? Don't do it too young. Make sure, unless he got money, and you know he could afford it. I still wouldn't marry. I'd have a long engagement until he's well in his 30s. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You could get the ring, just make it a long engagement. Because he's not ready for the marriage in his 20s. It's like, oh, well, yes, where's the ring? Okay, we're going to have a very long engagement. And the way that you can make a long engagement is to lie. And say, you know what? It's going to take me years to plan my wedding for what I want. That way, there's no rush. You got the ring, and you can plan your wedding. And by the time you plan it, he's going to have enough money and be at least in his 30s. I'll say he has a rich family and trust fund, and for me, a car. Okay, but still, okay, so let me ask you a question. Are you only marrying him for his money and his family's money? Because his I don't know, his trust fund can run out, and his family can cut him off. But if you're only marrying him for money, great, just get his money. If you're marrying him to be faithful, I really wouldn't invest too much in that. All right. So if you're only marrying him for money, great, go for it. If you're only marrying him for faithfulness, brace yourself. He's in his 20s. All right. Just focus on the money, man. Go shop. He said, you women really look weak dating older men. We don't look weak. We look smart. That ain't weak. That's smart. I mean, why deal with a young man who don't know what he's doing when you can get an old man that know what he's doing? Why get someone financially inexperienced and still struggling or not being able to understand what you need as a woman when you can go get an older man that knows exactly what you need, already got it, and can give it to you? I mean, what makes a woman weak? Not wanting to struggle with a grown, able-bodied man? That makes a woman smart. Okay, just say you weak and need somebody to help you. Just say your priorities are out of order and all you got other excuses. Just say that. A woman is never weak when she chooses a man to provide for her. She's smart. If younger men could fully provide, if most younger men could fully provide and have their priorities in the correct order, women would have no problem with that. But a lot of women have a problem with younger men being unfaithful and not being financially responsible. So why would you even put yourself in that position? Now, a woman can have, a younger man, experience a younger man and say, okay, this is not for me. I'm not for the struggle. I'm not for the dumb, financially ignorant. So let me go find someone who knows better and has done better and has more. Okay. It's just common sense after a while. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He said, as long as my money isn't weak, who cares? Exactly. TC, exactly. Get your money. He said, we don't care how we look to you anyway. Exactly. Women with older men don't care how young men feel about them. Y'all don't have nothing to offer us. Yeah, why y'all with that old man? Ooh, okay, because he got old money. You got no money. You figured out. um, um, you said they're losing us to old guys. Exactly. And the funny thing is, when they get old, they're going to be so focused on the wrong things right now that they're not even going to have no money when they get old. Then they're going to be even more mad. So let that be a wake up call to go get some money. Okay. You said a real man deserves a woman who spoils him. Well, then he deserves his mama. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Go back home to mother or grandma or granny. Go find mother or granny, maybe auntie. But ain't no woman your own age or that looks at you and supposed to respect you as a man is gonna try to spoil you. What they spoiling you for? You somebody's child? Go home to your mom. That mom will spoil you. Okay, you're not the prize, sir. You're the provider and the leader, not the prize. You can't provide and lead. Goodbye. You can't spoil yourself with your own money. Goodbye. Now, if you give your woman your credit card or your money and say, hey, go spoil me, all she got to do is go shop with your money and give it right back to you. That's a whole nother story. But if you think she gonna go out there, clock in 9 months pregnant to come spoil some dusty, you got another thing coming. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said all the dust is gonna be in the hospice together, complaining about all the women who left them. Ah, good. At least they'll have some good conversation on the way out. Now that you've gotten married, do you spend on your husband or the household since you have your own social media platform? I spend on my kids and myself. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. Yeah, I spend on myself and my kids. Like whatever I want, I can afford it, you know. But he takes care of all the stuff he always took care of. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I still get gifts and all that kind of stuff. But he take care of everything else. I take care of whatever I feel like I want to. Like if I want something cute, I'll just go get it. My kids want something, we go on vacation. Sometimes he pays, sometimes I'll pay for them or whatever, especially if they want to go somewhere and he is not coming. Sometimes he'll pay for the whole trip. It just depends. But the whole part is I have a business. I can write all this stuff off. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Uh-oh, MUA. Help, I have been doing what you said, but nobody goes up to me. It's been a while, I guess. Might as well be cute. I thought 22 need more to move out your parents. Okay. Are you okay? You're 22. Are you consistently going to the rich side of town? Consistently, like every day or every other day? You doing that? Are you making sure that you look like you belong there? Are you making sure that you're not giving off desperate vibes? Are you doing all your errands over there? You're doing everything over there? Okay. You're 22. You're 22. So what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to make sure that these older men, I don't know if you're going for older men, but these older men know that you are interested, which means you're gonna hold the eye contact a little bit longer. You're gonna smile. You're going to let them know it's okay to approach you, because a lot of older men will not approach younger women, especially if you look very young. They're not going to approach you because they think you're not into older men. So you have to let them know in a roundabout way, you know, like by giving them a little eye contact, smiling at them, asking them a dumb question, you know. So usually it's easy to do in places like grocery stores, like gyms, or like just in some type of physical activity like working out, pickleball, golf, or whatever. It's easy to get older men to notice you in rich activities like that. Okay. So try to join something, like take some pickleball lessons, take some golf lessons, or get in like the rich neighborhood where they have the little courts and go play tennis. And a lot of men, especially older men that have money, they like to instruct people. They, if you have a question, they'll be like, become your teacher. You know what I mean? So you got to get them into that, in that mode. If you want men to like start trying to talk to you and ask you out and do stuff like that. Okay. You got to put yourself in where their interests are. And then you got to play dumb and ask questions. You can't just go sit at a bar. Okay, you gotta literally get involved in the community or the activities over there on the more wealthy sides of town. Okay. Try to going to like a charity event or a fundraiser as well on the rich side of town, or like a little gala or something like that. Try doing those things too. You can go to nice restaurants, sit at the bar. But like I said, it's a numbers game. You got to do it consistently. You said a wealthy man wants you to visit him after one phone call or text, ma'am. Your name ain't DoorDash, babe. Think about what he just told you. He wants you to visit him. That means he deprived. You come to him. No. If he likes you that much, he need to hop on a plane and he need to come visit you in your city. Okay? It's not a flex to say some old man wants you to deliver yourself or some rich man wants you to deliver you. No, it's a flex when they come to you. Okay, we're not getting ready to. We ain't no takeout. It's like, well, that's so nice that you would love me to visit you, but you know what would even be better if you came over here and visit me and took me out to dinner and took me shopping. That would be even better. Okay. If you are that excited enough to get up off your butt, pack you a little bag, get on your little flight and come over here, that would be even better, wouldn't it? You can get them to come to you, ma'am. That's attraction. Okay. When a man is already a provider, what to do to start asking without being asked to be a girlfriend? Asking what? If he's already a provider, what you asking for? What are you asking? Can you get a rich man in church? Yes, you can, but he probably ain't gonna be too faithful. If you meet him in church. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, Malacro, thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle, thank you, girl. Yeah, you can meet rich men, go to the rich side of town where the rich church is and go up in there, but don't expect him to be faithful, man. Because if he's single and rich and he's at church, he's doing the same thing you doing. Oh, Catherine, sprinkle, sprinkle. You're 22 and engaged to a 29-year-old provider. How do you get out of being weak-minded, insecure, and less emotional, more logical, and feel not trustful? It is driving me crazy. First of all, ma'am, thank you, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Catherine. You're not crazy. He's 29 years old. You already know he's not going to be faithful. You already know he's going to mess up. Just accept it. Let me help you out real quick. Accept that he's going to mess up. Accept it. This is also part of marriage. Accept that people are going to do wrong and mess up. They're not perfect. Nobody perfect, man. If you accept that, you're on a good start to starting to be less emotional. Uh-oh, thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle for the super sticker. The little cat picture. Thank you. Okay, so understand that first. You got to let all that go. Number one, you got to let all that go. You can't stop him from doing what he want to do. That's number one. Number two is if you're so worried about him, he's the prize and you're not. So why should he ask you to marry him? You know what I'm saying? So you need to figure out how to flip the script to get him to be worried about you and what you're doing. And if you're going to replace him with somebody better, that's what you need to do. Because if you're that worried at that young of an age, he's the prize to you and you're the pygmy. And also, if you're too attached and too emotionally attached to this man, that's going to get old real quick. Okay. And it's going to, like you said, it turned into insecurity. You cannot stop him from doing whatever he's going to do. You have to accept that no man is perfect. You got to accept that. And then what else you got to do is you got to understand your power as a woman to build and get whatever you want out of his mistakes. And once you learn how to do that, it won't even matter because you're going to be continuously gaining and getting whatever you want out of the situation every time he messes up. And what you're doing is also teaching him that every time he messes up, he got to pay. So either he'll figure it out to mess up less and less and less, or you're going to keep gaining and gaining and gaining. And if you decide you don't want him no more, you still leave and you still win because you have gained and he has lost. Okay. Thank you, Salma. Hi, Shira. What's your opinion about having threesome with a great provider? It's his idea. Ma'am, no. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If it ain't your idea, then you shouldn't be doing it. Thank you, ma'am. Don't be a desperate pick-me-shit, ma'am. You go find a provider that doesn't want that at all. To me, he's telling you you're not wife material. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't know if you want to marry that provider, but like literally, he's not seeing you as a wife if he's willing to share you, darling. If you don't care about any of that, you just want the money, whatever, then do what you got to do. But in my opinion, that man doesn't value you. Okay. I feel like the man just told you he doesn't value you on the same level that you probably want him to. Okay. So how these men be having orgies with their wife is crazy. Yeah, because they don't really care, and the women don't care. It's not about the love; it's about the money. So it just depends. Like everybody has a different reason for doing stuff. If you don't care and you're just about your money, then do what you want to do. But you already know that it's not about you either. It's just about what you'll do. You know. So for you, you got your own standards. You have your own set of standards. You follow them, and you never break them. Okay. So whatever you're comfortable with, then that's fine. I mean, I can't tell you what to do. I know I wouldn't be doing it. Why? Because that doesn't go in with my standards. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But that doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It just means that that man probably, if he shares you, he doesn't respect you on that level. Okay. How do you know if he's the right fit to be your husband? If he can provide you the lifestyle that you want and he'll make a decent father. I mean, those are the top two things. If he makes a decent father and is able to provide you the lifestyle you want, those are the first two things you need to know if you plan on having kids. If you don't plan on having kids, if he can provide for you and he's a decent human being to you. Because that goes along with it. If he's going to make a good father, he probably make a good husband. So if you're not worried about the kids, then just worry about yourself. But make sure he has the lifestyle and the money to provide what you want right now, not in 20 years of the future, but right now. And what you want in the future as well. Okay. See, I would never get to a point where a man could convince me to do anything that I wasn't already going to do. You know what I'm saying? That's weakness in a woman. When a man can bend your standards, as a woman, your standards should be so unbendable that the man has to work around them. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's very important to have standards as a woman from the beginning of the relationship. So men know not to cross certain lines or to say certain things or do certain things. You got to put that right in the beginning. Hmm. And they know better. If they disrespect you by asking you to bend your standards or to change them, you know that they don't respect you. So your question should be to them. Well, you know my standards, and for you to ask me to bend them or break them shows that you don't respect them. If you need to go find someone else that has lower standards, by all means, go do it. That's all you got to tell them. Okay, Empress Diva, sprinkle, sprinkle. He seems generous, but he isn't rich, but working towards it. How do I tell him the things I want? Do I just send links? Yeah, send links, girl. If he like you that much, he gonna make sure you got what you need. You know? But I tell women this, okay? Make sure he's not, I said this earlier in the video or maybe another video. Make sure these dudes aren't going into credit card debt and are secretly broke, trying to keep you as a woman and they can't afford you. Because this one girl earlier said that, you know, she was in a relationship and this dude was providing. And then after 3 months, he broke up with her and said that she was spending too much money. So his credit card bills probably piled up. He probably couldn't pay them off. And he got to take a little break. You know what I'm saying? And he may start over with a whole nother woman so that he looks like he's got money and he's a provider in her eyes. Because now he needs that break to recover. So make sure he's not trying to recover in credit card debt, trying to afford you. Make sure you find a man that can actually afford you if that's the things you need. Okay. If he can afford you, great. If you can't, you got to have a second one or move on. What if you're going through divorce and man you're talking to says he can't afford because you're married? He can't continue because you're married? Ma'am, then you told him too much information. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, you told him too much information. Or you didn't lie good enough or something. So if you're going through a divorce and you're seeing a man and he says, I can't continue because you're married. It's like, you know what? I'm not really married. You need to use that to convince him. It's like, I'm not going back. I'm not married. We just waiting on the court date. Shoot. You go, you know? All right. And sometimes when they tell you that, they don't even want you anyway. Maybe they didn't maybe they were done with you. Like, if a man really, really wants you, he gonna wait, man. He gonna be in there. He gonna make sure ain't nobody else gonna get in. Okay. So you have to understand sometimes these men just use that as a cop out or saying that they don't really want you or, blah, 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 blah. I really wouldn't care. If a man really wants you, he gonna stick to you so nobody else can get to you. It's like, oh, okay, don't worry about it. I understand. If you act like you don't care, you ain't worried about it, like you got options, great. Sometimes men just say that, okay, I really don't want to I can't be with you because you're married. But if you don't live in the same house, if you're getting a divorce, if you're separated or whatever, great. Maybe they'll still date you, but maybe they won't sleep with you. If they really wanted you, they'd stick around. Okay, brown, sprinkle, sprinkle. Are short skirts and pantyhose okay to freestyle it? Man, I don't like what you're trying to look like. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Pantyhose, tights? Are you looking like Sabrina Carpenter? What's happening? Okay, brown, sprinkle, sprinkle. You're looking like the nanny? What's going on? What style are you rocking? If you look good in it, I guess, ma'am. If you look good in it, don't look like you're trying too hard. I guess it's cute. If you look good in it. Okay. How do men determine our worth? By how you determine it, Miss Katie. Men can't determine anything until you determine your own value and your own worth. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just like you can't determine the value of a man until he's determined his own worth. Very easy. It's about you, not them. So if a man determines his own worth by becoming a successful person, by becoming a good provider, by becoming a good husband and a good father, or father and husband material, that's his value, what he has determined, not what anybody else has determined. That is his value because you set your own value. Do other stores come in other stores putting price tags and values on other stores' products? No. You set your own value. Now, a shopper can come in and say, well, I don't think that item may be overpriced or that item may be underpriced. Ooh, that's a deal. Let me snatch it up. That's a good deal. Or, no, I need to save up a little bit more, or no, that's overpriced. I can get it cheaper elsewhere. It's the same thing. You determine your value. And depending on the convenience, how much money a person has, and how much they really want you right now, is going to determine whether they take you off the market or not. You ever been shopping somewhere and you're like, girl, you can buy that on Shein for cheaper. If you got the time to wait for Shein, great. If you want it tonight and you got to wear it tonight, you're going to cop it. You're going to wear it. You need it for an occasion right now. You ain't going to wait on Shein. You're going to get it now, right? Okay, if you tried it on, it's your size, and somebody is convincing you that it's, get it right now and don't worry about it, you're going to buy it because the store determines its own value. The person determines their own value, not no man. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. What? If you know you don't have all that, you're not Beyonce type, listen to me, and then so what do you sell? What? You don't sell it for anything. The man that has the money to provide the lifestyle that you require will be a contender. It's just like, it's the same thing. It's like you're a contender. So many other people can afford the same thing, but you get to choose. You see? Just like when I tell y'all to date more than one. You're dating this guy, you're dating this guy, you're dating this guy. They all got money. They all like you. Which one you like? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You said the obsession. Okay, Downtown Duchess says the obsession with determining value is a concept that came from Dusty's to make women compete and feel insecure. Exactly. You determine your own value by how you treat yourself, by how you look, by how you carry yourself, by your high standards. And every woman sets their own value by how they treat themselves and their high standards and what they expect and what they will accept and what they won't accept. Because, I mean, if you're walking around thinking that your value depends on some man's opinion, that's backwards, baby. Okay, your value depends on yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, how to make them see you as a wife? Know your value. If you know that you're wife material and you know that, don't act like nothing else. Either they're going to dismiss themselves or they're going to put a ring on it. That's literally it. So, and you can have different eras. Like, ladies, when you're young, in your early 20s, you might not be ready to get married. So you're not going to you're not going to present as a wife. But when you get to an age where you're ready to get married, then start presenting as a wife. Oh, truth theme, did education. You're a beautiful 46-year-old people pleaser in recovery. Oh, you can't be a people pleaser, man. The day I stopped being a people pleaser was the day I was free. So glad. You give up on dating online and focus on freestyling alone with where to be rich man. Okay, ma'am, we're the same age, me and you. My birthday just passed. But let me tell you something. The only people you need to be pleasing are yourself and maybe your kids. Okay? As long as it's beneficial to you. Women are notorious for being people pleasers and doormats. It's a new day. It's a new day. Focus on yourself. Treat yourself like you want to be treated by others. Teach them how to treat you by how you treat yourself. Get offline. Ain't nothing on there worth anything. So get off. Go out in the real world on the rich side of town during the daytime in the AM. Lots of 55 plus old men out there on a golf course, on a pickleball court, in the park walking their dogs, chilling, sitting out there eating alone at a steakhouse. Maybe they're divorced, maybe they don't have no wife. Maybe they do. You know, maybe they're in the car dealership waiting on their car to be finished getting serviced. You don't ever know. But they're somewhere in the daytime. Okay. All of being 55 and up ain't out in the club at night or in the bars at night. Not too many. Most of them are all in the bed by then or at home. So, got to go out there in the daytime on the rich side of town, run your errands over there, join a little gym over there, sign up for pickleball lessons over there, sign up for golf lessons over there, go do your grocery shopping, go to a Pilates class, go to a gym. I don't know, go over there, hang out every day until you meet somebody, because it's a numbers game. That's literally it. Every day, at least every other day. A lot of women told me that they actually moved and downsized to live on the rich side of town so they could literally be there often every day, and they find their provider. Sometimes you just got to make that move or drive, but sometimes if you live right there, very easy. Okay, why do some women recommend online? Because they're lazy. Okay, they're lazy in the wrong way. They're lazy in the wrong way. So they don't think they're attractive enough to pull in real life. I said it. If you know you can go out and pull what you look like with no filter on and no Photoshop, you confident. Get out in the real world and pull for real. Okay? If you online, you doctoring up your pictures, you're lying about a lot of stuff. They lying to you too. They online, they got a date every night of the week with some chick who's clueless. You over there sitting there looking for your soulmate, looking dumb. And both of y'all gonna end up looking dumb in the end. So my question is, why aren't enough women bold and confident enough to go pull in real life? Okay? Get out there. Some of these men that be trying to date y'all online be telling y'all, I don't look like this picture. They be looking at the picture like, this don't look like you. That's because I used 18,000 filters and I photoshopped. Okay, well, ma'am, if you can't pull in real life, just say you can't pull. A lot of women are like, there are a lot of people online whose pictures are years and years old. They don't even look like that no more. I don't even know why y'all doing it. If you can't pull in real life, if a man can't cross a room and risk it all, and might even get rejected just to say hello and try, I don't want him. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said the woman shouldn't have rosters. They should if they're smart. Dumb women don't have rosters. Smart women do. They do. So if you were looking at it financially, would you recommend people put all their eggs in one basket and wait? No, that's dumb. Okay. Smart people know how to multitask and not put all their eggs in one basket. That's just intelligence. If you want dumb women, that's fine. A lot of them are just pretending these days anyway. Maybe you'll find one that will lie to you and tell you that they don't got no roster, and you'll believe them. You can't afford to live in a rich area? Well, that's your new goal, ma'am. Find you a man to live in a rich area. Then maybe he can help you afford to live over there. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. They got little studio apartments in rich areas you can get. Maybe you and another girl can have a roommate situation until y'all find y'all millionaires or whatnot. A lot of women are doing that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So this is hilarious. It is hilarious. Where you should be at work getting some money or some second, third streams of income. This is hilarious that you in here complaining and being mad about what women are talking about. Okay. Do you have a video on how to build a solid roster? Girl, you don't need no video. You just gotta be smart. I think I do though, somewhere. I don't know. I might make another one. I have so many. Okay. I think I've explained it a couple times. As soon as you meet one, you go meet another one. So as soon as you secure one on your roster, go out the next night and the next night until you find number two. That way you got two at the same time. So you find one, you don't stop and celebrate and say, ooh, I found me a provider, and then stop. No, you keep going out till you get two. You got to secure two. Okay? At least two. You can do three, great. But two, that's workable. So as soon as you meet one, don't get comfortable. You going out the next day and the next day until you meet another one. Because if you met one looking like you look at that specific time, you're looking good. That means you can go pull another one with just as much money, just like him or similar. So you keep going. You're on a winning streak. Okay. So you keep going out till you secure two or three. All right. You tell one your schedule is the opposite of the other one. You get a little notebook and you write it down, all your schedules. Okay. I'm available at this time, between this time and this time. I'm available on this time and then this time. If you're smart, you got wigs. You can switch your wigs out. You meet them on totally opposite sides of towns and they're totally different from each other. So that they'll probably never run into each other. And you will never run into that person doing the same type of activities because they're going to be different or mostly different. Thank you, Holly. Can the type of vehicle you drive deter a man? Depends on what it is. If it's nice, really nice, he might think he can't do anything for you, or you might have a good career and he can't impress you. If it's really ratchet, he might be able to help you upgrade it, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But yes, as soon as you get one, you got to get it done. Mm-hmm. You said this old man wanted a hug and you told him hugs aren't free and then he gave you a hug. You gave him a hug? Okay. Girl, sometimes people just want to know that they're still desirable. You said the body count goes up with those rosters? Yeah, but rich men don't count like that. Rich men don't count like poor men because they don't need to count. You know why? Because it doesn't matter. Ain't nobody sitting over there counting your body count. You need to be worried about your bank account, sir. Not nobody count. All right? Because if you see a woman that you really like, you ain't going to care about her body count anyway. They act like men care about body count. You see a woman that turns you on, you don't care about her body count, sir. If you see a woman you really want, you don't care about her body count. Y'all just use that as a way to lower a woman's value in your mind or in her mind if she's dumb enough to fall for it because you ain't got no money. Okay, we don't fall for that no more. Rich men don't ask them dumb questions. Just say you ain't got no bank account. Just say that. Just say you broke. Just say you broke. You don't even have to ask a woman about her body count. Her body count is her business and it ain't yours. You need to go get some business. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. A woman can do whatever she wants. You can't afford it either way. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Uh-oh, Selma, sprinkle, sprinkle. Do you think you should have your man in IG or not? Girl, I really don't care about no online stuff. If y'all are young and y'all got to deal with these men on IG, then make sure yours looks better. Make sure you're following richer men than your men. Make sure you got what he needs to be cautious of. Don't be spying on these men. Let them spy on you. Okay? Who cares what they doing? What you doing? Are they afraid to lose you? Are they keeping tabs on you? Are you following somebody with a nicer car than them, with richer, that's richer than them? Why they ain't worried about you? Yes, we don't care who they're following. We don't care if we follow them or not. I'm not trying to hook up with if you live with your boyfriend, if you have your own boyfriend, why you need to follow him on IG? Did y'all meet on IG? Honestly, you need to have 2 accounts. You need to have the fake account and a real account. Give him the fake one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Stella. How to bring up to him that you don't want to work anymore, and what makes a man commit? Okay. What makes a man commit is when he wants to take you off the market and don't want you to be available to anyone else, which means he will pay for your bills if that's what you want and that's what you require and that's your standard. So in the beginning of your relationship, I don't know if you did this or not, but you need to say, you should have told him that you don't want to work always, that you're going to eventually quit. But if you didn't tell him that, he might have married a worker. He might have married a barber the builder. You know what I'm saying? Because most men will say, okay, well, I need a barber the builder. So I need someone who's working. And if you agree to whatever 50-50 relationship or whatever relationship, that's what he depends on. So you need to have a conversation like, I'm tired of working. I'm thinking about quitting. So are you able to provide? And if he says no and looks at you crazy, you know you barber the builder. You could give him a few months notice and you could say, okay, well, you need to figure this out because this, and that. And if he loves you and he wants you, he'll figure it out. If not, you're the roommate. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. But you need to figure it out. Some people only get with people because that's a roommate. So if y'all not in the roommate situation, then he will find a way to provide. Okay. Just give him a few months notice and tell him you're going to stop doing this and he better be prepared. You can say it in a nice way. Make it seem like it's his idea. Complain all the time about how tired you are. When he says, man, you should quit, then say, thank you. I'm so glad you said that. I'm ready to be a stay-at-home girlfriend or whatever you are. He's going to be like, no, I didn't mean for you to not find another job. Oh, you too late. You already said it. I'm falling in love with the idea of being a stay-at-home. You got it. Okay. He said, they ask about body count, ask about bank account. Exactly. I don't even know why these men don't realize that's a low-level, dusty question. I mean, they haven't figured out, it hasn't gone through all the social media platforms to the dusty side of TikTok yet, or the dusty side of Instagram. They haven't made it over there yet. Well, it needs to make it over there. It's dusty to ask that question. It's a red flag that you are dusty, that you're broke. Rich men don't ask that question. Okay. And a lot of women know because they were dating rich men now and they left the dust alone. And that question doesn't get asked when you're on a date with a man that has money. All right. Only broke bums ask them dumb questions. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, you know what would be funny? I might do it. I'm going to make a list of red flags that he's dusty. Questions are dusty, only a dusty will ask. When you need to get up from wherever you're sitting. As soon as these questions are asked, get up. All right. Body count, get up. Do you have kids? Get up. Because if they're not there to date you, they worry about everything else but you. I mean, focus on today. Focus on right now. Impress me. That's what you're here for. You ask me out. That's what you're here for. Impress me. All right. Especially if they ask you more than once if you have kids. Super red flag. What do you bring to the table? Ooh, super red flag. That they're dusty. What you gonna do for me if I do this for you? Dust, fake wealth, splendor. What you gonna do for me? All right, red flag. Let's see. What do you do for work? That might not be a red flag, but it is one of the questions that you could just lie about. Just tell them an occupation that doesn't earn a lot of money and see if they get upset. Their reaction is going to be the clue that they're broke. Because if a man is going to be a provider, he's not going to care how much money you earn. Okay. That's true. That's them the red flags. Body count. What do you have kids? If they ask you more than once, of course. What do you bring to the table? What you gonna do for me if I do this for you? And what you do for work? The Dusties are scrambling right now. They're like, oh, what are we gonna ask? Or how much money do you make? Oh, that's in person. People should never ask that question to a woman. I mean, especially a man. You're having trouble getting in your creative bag. You want to start a business. Okay. Do what I say in my book. Go in a room. Don't come out till you have 5 ideas on how to make money right now with what you already got or with little of nothing. Starting a business doesn't have anything to do with being super creative. It's using what you have right now and building it up. Start off small and grow it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Whatever you're doing right now that you could literally be getting paid for, incorporate that into your business ideas on what you can do now. A business doesn't have to be something major and huge in the beginning. It just needs to be something that's going to earn you money and get you, to be able to flip your money easily. Oh, Gracilla, thank you for being a new member. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And remember, you can always start new businesses all the time. And have several. That's it. Someone says, what kind of car do you drive? Is that a dusty question? I gave us a dusty question. What kind of car you drive? Because they're trying to see if you'll let them borrow it. All right. Also, any demeaning statement to try to make you feel insecure about yourself is what Dusties like to do because they can't reach your standards, so they try to bring you down. So any demeaning comment, just flip it back around on them. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, so women that want to make men see them as a wife, they need to represent. Dress for the life you want. Have standards for the life you want. Deal with the type of men who belong in the life that you want. That's literally it. Okay? Cut out all the drinking, the smoking, and the swearing around, you know, these guys. Improve yourself. Become a respectable person. Someone that they'll want to introduce to their family and who they want to introduce to their friends and colleagues and who will make a good mother, at least in their eyes. That's what you have to represent if you want to be seen as a wife. It's all of those things. Okay. And usually, because this is psychological, a lot of men end up marrying a woman that reminds them of their mother. So it's even crazier. So if you ever meet their mom, understand that's what they're going to be attracted to. Her demeanor, the way that she acts, the way that she explains things, the way that she reacts to things. That's what they're literally attracted to. So be careful. You meet the mom, understand that's what he's attracted to, in some form or fashion. Maybe not the looks, but maybe the attitude, maybe the way that she operates or makes logic out of things. But definitely you study the mother. I mean, that's what our girl Megan Sussex, formerly known as Meghan Markle, did. She studied the mother. That's how she got Prince Harry. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to cook and clean and be a pick-me-shit like their mother. It's the other things. It's how the tone. It's how they speak to them. It's their triggers. It's all of those things. It's literally studying psychology. You study the psychology on how their mother treats them, how they handle them, and you do the same. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It is crazy. It's rude for men to ask why you're still single. Yeah, it is rude. A lot of men don't know that. They literally think that, you're such a good catch. Like, why aren't you with someone? Or they can't believe that you're not with another man, or you possibly could be cheating. So that's why I always like tell them what they need to hear. It's like, oh, well, he moved out of the country and I wouldn't try to move out there with him. Just tell them something they need to hear. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to tell the truth or whatever. Just say, these men ain't ready. Just lie. Tell them what they need to hear. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, do you give wife or do you give side piece or do you give baby mama? The choice is yours. That's true. Like, dress for the lifestyle that you want. So if you don't know how to dress like you look like someone's wife, go look at people's wives. What are they dressed like? You want to see how a baby mama dress? Go look at people's baby mamas. You want to see how side pieces dress or situationships? Go find somebody that's in a situationship and look what they're looking like. Okay? But if you want to be seen as a wife, walk, talk, dress, and have the standards of what a wife has. Period. You said wives look haggard? No, those are domestic servants that look haggard, ma'am. I said wives, not domestic servants. And if you're dealing with rich men, you're not going to look haggard. Those are only wives to broke people. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, if you look haggard, you married to a broke man. Period. We ain't looking for that lifestyle. Go look at the rich wives. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And look, you can be all of the above. But when you're ready to change, all you got to do is switch up that wardrobe, switch up those standards, and you too can be seen as wife. Okay. Mm-hmm. You know, the sad thing about the term wife is that so many hear that word and automatically think of domestic servant, and I don't, because I'm not a domestic servant. Nothing against domestic servants, get your money, but that's not what wife means. Thank you, Nietzsche. So y'all got to come up with a different definition when y'all hear the word wife. Think of housewives, rich wives, country club wives, women of leisure, doing what they want to do, women out shopping during the day while other people are clocked in. Think about that. Those wives. Not the haggard wives that have to do laundry 20 times a week and don't have no money to go get her hair or nails done. Like, not that. That's struggle love, baby. Talking about lifestyle. Now, not everybody's going to be on the same lifestyle. Some people are going to live better than others. But as long as you're not struggling, and as long as you're not the domestic help, you're winning. You get it? There's levels to it. Some people are going to attract some people. Some people are going to get better lives than some people. But as long as you're not struggling, as long as you're not in struggle mode and survival mode, and you don't have to do, the work of 4 people, you're good. If you could stay home, put your feet up, relax, and live in your feminine, you're winning. Okay? Not everybody's going to be able to do it on the level of some of these, Instagrammers that are, social media influencers that have, Bentleys and all this kind of stuff. And everybody not going to do it on the same level, but if you can do it, if you could stay home and live in your feminine and not have to clock in 9 months pregnant, you could go shop wherever you can afford to shop when you want to, or whatever, you're winning still. Okay. So focus on that. You don't have to secure a $1 billion bag. Just secure a bag that makes you happy and let you live your best life. You know what I'm saying? Use what you got to get what you want. Make them see you as a wife if that's the man that you are attracted to as to be your husband. Make sure they see you as a wife. Don't make sure they don't see you as nothing else but. Okay? Keep them standards high. I don't do that. Go ask someone else. That's not what I do. That's not me. If they're understanding that, they'll wife you. If they're not, they'll go get another one. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Yeah. I said this earlier in the video. I got this jacket from a place called Love Always Boutique. They do have a store online, but I think someone said that they might have been sold out. But maybe if you write and ask for the pearl a rhinestone denim jacket, they might order some more. Just tell them SheRaSeven sent you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Veronica. 21 in Cosmos school, but tired of working provider. Yeah, girl. I don't know why you haven't got one already to pay for that school. Yes, I think provider. If you're tired of working, like if your family can't say, okay, well, girl, take a break, you know, whatever. If you don't have family backup, then of course get you a provider, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said how to deal with a man who only sees you in a sexual way. You want a relationship. You can't change that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You can't change how that man looks at you. It's too late. You need to find someone. You need to, first of all, if they only see you in a sexual way, then you need to change your look, change your standards, change a lot of stuff so that they don't look at you that way. Okay? If you don't want to be looked at in a sexual way to that man, when you go around him, don't look like, you know, don't look sexy. Look posh. Look fashionable. Look wife-like. Okay? Don't have stuff hanging out. Don't have stuff skin tight. Okay? Keep your standards high. Keep your posture good. Act like a wife. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You see how I'm covered up and I'm very demure? Everything's covered. I'm standing on business. My eyebrows are arched to judge you. When you ask me to lower my standards, I don't even have to move my face. This eyebrow already arched. Like, all I got to do is turn my head and tilt it. See? Just like their mama. Just give them a look, baby. Remember, men marry their mothers, or women like their mothers. So when they say something stupid or out of line, just give them a look. And dress appropriately. Don't be showing everything. That's for the side pieces. That's for the one night stands. That's for the baby mamas. Cover it up if you want to be wife. Give them the looks. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What if he only wants to fully provide once you move in with him? Now I live in another girl. That's a trap. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Tell him you need the money to get to the country. Tell him you need the money to move, to pack up, to pay movers, to pay the. Yeah. He think you're gonna do all that stuff for free, and you come in there. He got about 5 roommates. No, ma'am. Don't fall for the okie doke 90-day fiance scam. Lynn, dating rich 62-year-old man for a few months who got me for what? Said marriage is impossible because of, oh, he got you a car. Marriage is impossible because of age, 25. After I said no sex, no commitment, do I hang in? Okay, ma'am, you got a car out of it? Sprinkle, sprinkle. His stuff probably don't work no more. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. Just get the car and be happy, man. His stuff ain't working no more. All right. Don't y'all realize that a man of a certain age, they stuff stop working? Unless they got them Viagra pills. All right. Stop trying to marry him, girl. He got 1 foot in the grave. What you doing? I mean, if you want, he said the marriage is impossible because your age. That means he ain't got what it takes to keep you in the bedroom. I mean, his stuff don't work no more. Okay, he just told you what he told you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He said, basically, he says, I'm old, my stuff don't work, so we can't get married. But here's a nice car. Make sure you just come visit and make sure I'm still alive. Do the wilderness checks. That's what he told you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But at the same time, at least he gave you a car, man. Be happy about that. And some of these guys out here, they're not going to tell you they got one foot in the grave. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. You said most men look at us like sex objects, even covered head to toe. You just need to set strong physical boundaries until you're in a relationship, if that's what you want. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's true. And, that's why you have to keep things very respectable and draw that arched eyebrow. So when they start talking like that, all you got to do is look down. Okay. So a lot of women don't know how to stop men from thinking like that. You got to tell them. You got to literally tell them, like, you know what? It's such a turnoff when men are just so focused on sex all the time. It means they have nothing else to contribute or talk about, and they're more animalistic. And I like, what turns me on? Intellect. Sometimes you just got to tell them because they're stupid and they don't know any better and they don't know it's turning you off. They think you like sex just as much as they do. So you got to let them know. Excuse me, sir. It's really a turnoff when men are more animalistic and they can't talk or have a decent conversation about anything because they're so distracted like animals. They're so easily manipulated as well. I mean, the kind of man that I like is smart, disciplined, and has actual conversation to talk about that has nothing to do with sex. It's literally mental foreplay. They're going to switch it up real quick if you know how to talk. Okay? You got to tell them. Like, I'm sorry. You can't just sit there and wish that they stop. You have to literally come up with a whole conversation about how it's a turnoff and how men are this and how men are that. And that way you're teaching them how to act. You're telling them how to act before they even start acting stupid. Before they even start acting dumb, saying stupid stuff. You don't even give them the chance. You tell them straight up before they even start. Just like a mother. So you go in that store, don't ask me for nothing. You're not getting anything. You better not cry. Da da da. Same thing. I tell you, men marry their mother. So you do the same thing when y'all start dating. I don't like it, and it's a total turnoff when men start talking about sex right away. It just shows that they're desperate. They're not really serious. They're not trying to put in any, effort to get to know a person on a mental level. What I really find attractive is an interesting, charming, intelligent man. That's the real turn on. It's literally like mental foreplay. You say that in the beginning of any type of dating situation, they're going to pull back because it's going to make them look stupid. And just like a mother telling them children, you better not act stupid when you walk in the store, you're doing the same thing. So they're going to naturally respond to it. Okay? If you're too shy, if you can't speak up for yourself, I mean, they're going to walk all over you. They're going to treat you like what you were acting like. You can do it in a feminine, nice way, but you're still doing it. You're still putting down the rules, setting the tone, and telling them that they better not act up. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You say y'all want money all day. That's a turnoff. It is a turnoff if you ain't got no money, I guess. Okay. Thank you, Jonathan. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate that. Goddess Laurel, thank you, ma'am. Okay. Maestos. Okay, you're 22. Your boyfriend is 20. Turning 21. He's in the Air Force. He lives in Florida, and you live in NY. You sometimes get jealous when he tells me other women tries to get at him, and I show that I am. What should I do? Okay, bam. Y'all are too young. Y'all ain't about to get married. He's cheating. Have fun, ma'am. You need to go be dealing with somebody else too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Long distance relationship in your early 20s. You don't think that man cheating? Why aren't you? Y'all are just together in theory. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, Mandy, find out he's playing the field. Should I speak up? Only if he got some money to pay for his forgiveness. Otherwise, you need to be dating somebody else and slowly making a transition to replace him if he ain't got no money to make up for what he's doing. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And yes, ma'am, go date other men. That man in the Air Force is dating everybody he can get his hands on. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That uniform, please. Don't get mad at him. He's only 21 or 20. That's what he's supposed to be doing. Okay? And so are you. You're supposed to be out there dating other guys, having fun, looking cute. That's what you're supposed to be doing too. Okay? So go do it. And you don't have to act like you're jealous if you got some business of your own. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Sprinkle, sprinkle for the super sticker. Y'all are getting jealous over stupid stuff that y'all aren't going to be able to control. You're not going to be able to control no 20-year-old man that's far, far away. You can't do it. And he can't control you either. Thank you. Thank you, Gobi or Gabby. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just understand that y'all are both young. Y'all both going to do what y'all want to do and just go do it. All right? Just go get some money. Worry about your whatever job or education you're doing right now. Okay? Date other people. And go have fun. Don't lay down when nothing broke. That's for sure. I'm going to be gone in a few minutes, y'all. So get your questions, and I'm about to leave in a few minutes. How can you not be a doormat and reel him in? Sprinkle, sprinkle. He got to reel you in, ma'am. How can he reel you in? We don't reel in men. We're not out there chasing. We're not fishing for men. They're finding us. If he doesn't like you enough to chase you and reel you in, then why are you trying to be with him? A lot of y'all get mixed up when it comes to dating and relationships, and y'all think y'all are supposed to chase behind a man and reel them in. If they don't like you enough to want you, then they're not worth it. Okay? We're not trying to chase. We're not trying to make them want us. They're supposed to want us naturally and automatically. If they don't, that's the wrong one. Wrong target. Okay? I mean, for young people, I think y'all are just so excited and anxious to be out there in the dating world. And y'all see somebody attractive or cute, and you just have to have them. That's lust. That's lust. That's not logical thinking for lifestyle, future, and someone who's financially intelligent enough to be a provider, husband, and father. That's none of that. That's just lust. That's why I tell y'all young people, y'all are infatuated and y'all are in lust. Y'all don't know anything about love or future, lifestyles and stuff like that. If you're going to base your relationship on temporary emotions, make sure they got some permanent money behind it. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. If y'all are going to be jealous of somebody in their 20s, like it's the end of the world, understand people in their 20s going to do what they going to do. Period. Accept it. Go do what you want to do too. Another thing, you know, if y'all are worried about that, when you're young, you're fertile, you're trying to procreate. That's all you're thinking about. Get to it, right? So you're going to be looking for attractiveness. You're going to be looking for traits in men that you find attractive so you can procreate with. But if they don't have any money, you're doing all of that in vain, because then you're going to be struggling. So if you're smart, you understand the game, you're going to understand that that's just lust. And if you're going to lust after somebody, make sure they got some money. Okay? There's men that have money. That doesn't mean they're going to be the best option, but it's better than the broke option, baby. All right? If you're going to lust after somebody, make sure he got some money too. All right? Because I know young women are going to lust after people. They're going to be infatuated with people. They're going to feel like they're the one, even at high school or 20 or whatever. We've all been there. But make sure they got some money. Okay? That way, if you lay down with them, you wake up, get up pregnant, at least they have some money to provide. Don't fall in love and lust with dust. Don't fall in lust with the dust. Get smart and at least lay down with someone with some money, man. Dusty can't do nothing for you, or the offspring. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Okay, Jonathan says that he's gay and his boyfriend got bad news because his father got sick. Okay, only got 2 years. And he's getting drunk and mean. Okay, he needs to seek grief counseling. They have these apps that you can get. I don't know, somebody needs to sponsor me. Because I used to be a mortician. And grief starts when people find out the person they're going to lose a person. That's when grief starts, when the sickness starts. So they're going through grief right now. So they need to seek grief counseling. Or there's an app that does grief counseling or whatever. They need to figure out right now he's in his anger stage and he's taking it out on the person closest to him. So you need to address the problem, tell him he's grieving. He needs to seek grief counseling, find an app for him, download it. When he starts to be mean, remind him that he's going through grief. Redirect those intentions back to what it's really about. And that should help, at least for you to talk about it or for him to seek the help that he needs temporarily. Anyway, so sorry, but that happens. Okay, the Coco Chanel, thank you, girl. He's 40, you're 26. Is that old enough? He said he wants to spoil me. He still acts young. He wants to take me away next week. I want to make sure he will spend on me. What can I ask for to test it? Okay, ask him for money to board your 3 fake dogs that you don't have. And they're big dogs too. Go look up the boarding prices of 3 big dogs for however long you're going to go visit him. Sorry. Parking money that you're going to lose if you take off work. Make sure he compensates you for all of those things before you even book a plane ticket. And I don't believe in flying out to meet men because it's very pick-me-sha. Literally. I don't know I guess y'all are flying away together. Okay, that's fine. Then you should also be able to have that. Okay. Nice, nasty response to excessive questioning. You sure are curious. You have a lot of questions. Okay, well, we're going to have to see a lot more of each other if those questions are going to be answered. So, hope you like such and such restaurant. That's how. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Tell him it's going to take some more money to get to them questions. Thank you, Stephanie. Can you set boundaries without scaring him? Yes, you can say them in a nice, nasty way. Set the rules in place like I did earlier in the video. It's like, just use it in conversation. Like, You know what really turns me on when a man is intelligent and da 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 and doesn't talk about this, that. That's really one of my turn on. And also, I really like guys that do this, and that. So you're going to give him a list of things that he has to become in order to impress you. You can do it in a nice way, just in casual conversation in the beginning of the dating. You know, you don't have to say, "Dear, these are my rules." Da, 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 da. You can just introduce them in conversation. And if they're listening to you, they got them. And if they didn't hear you the first time, you can repeat it. Well, remember when we were talking and I said that I really like this, and that? Pause. That pause means message. Do you remember when I said I really like men who are intelligent and it's really a turn on instead of men who are, you know, mind in the gutter? That's how you do it. Okay. With a smile, a pause, and a reminder once, if they're not listening. All right, y'all, I got to wrap this up. So thank y'all so much. Everybody who sent sprinkle and donations. If y'all want to ask me questions in private, don't write me no whole book. Keep it 3 sentences or less. Y'all join my Patreon, tier 2 and up. Send me a question. I'll write you back within a couple of days. I had to catch up on all of my Patreon questions last night because I was on vacation and I totally forgot. But I was on vacation. But now I'm back and I'm answering questions. So if y'all want to join the Patreon tier 2 and up, there's PDF books on there. There's posts, there's videos, there's where you can message me and ask me questions. If y'all want to sign up for the mail out tier where I send you a letter, a handwritten letter or card each month, definitely do that too. Thank you, Goddess Wild Red. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate you. And I'll see y'all very soon. Bye.